a window into
Holy,
what
I'm turning
he's
off this
running.
light, bro. It hurts my fucking.
Right now
it
he's
hurts
just
my
on
brain
Kings.
too much.
My
Hurts my
thinking on the
fucking
yellow
brain.
shotgun
You
is
know
that
what? I'm
he's
gonna also
been
get out the
running
rock
with
though.
the
The
pistol
fucking walking this shit.
probably because
We got Spirits. Of
well,
course, we're rooting for Spirits.
he's
Sadly, I
running
love the
just
players on
okay. It was just for the
OXG.
speed
Brand new
bonus.
team.
But
I don't know how they're
if
gonna
there's
do,
a
but
guy who's gonna
Spirits.
run an LS
My boy
shotgun,
Spirits,
one of the
second
biggest maps
E
where you
on the
can take close
DZ.
range
Holy
engagements,
shit, dude, on the
it's
Lair.
Forest, right?
Yeah, no, I think that's absolutely correct. And ultimately, just comes down to the position he's playing. If he's going to be down kind of in office, then it makes more sense to have a gun that's a little bit more versatile in the angles he wants to take.
Actually, should I get out the
Right
walking?
now, Dark Zero
I should
will
walk
have
on the
to
treadmill,
answer
right?
this. They put
I
Spirits
definitely should walk
up
on the treadmill. Hold on, give me a
here,
second.
which is a fun choice, obviously, with Blitz and Monty banned out. You can always play that third shield, at least until we get into round number 4. This is a very standard hold from OXG. They're not really expanding. They've got players over towards the staircases, but they don't want to touch that top floor. They're not playing too aggressive on that mid floor either. Now with Grixer playing a bit of a rat angle, that logic bomb's about to wear off. This could catch someone off guard, but Dark Zero are also the team who generally check their corners with the drones.
Biggest map in Siege. It has not been polished for Siege X, so it plays and looks exactly the same as it did in the regular Rainbow Six Siege before the update came in, so you won't notice anything different. Of course, changes to operators and changes to the actual way the game plays will carry over, but the map will remain in its current state, and that means that there will be a familiarity there for teams. They know how to go about it. On Space Station, Forest used to play this an awful lot. Dark Zero knows this map. It was, for a period of time, one of their favorite maps, albeit with a different look and different composition.
They look really good on this map in Reload, so I'm surprised they got taken to this map.
The same success.
Like, they looked really good on this map.
Dark Zero strikes first. They take out Yaga on stairs. Will now continue to creep up to the bomb site. It's just out of reach for Spirits, but he's got a shield in his face. Who will slow him down?
Nate's going to come down and open up the wall. Pamba finds an opening pick again onto Gomez. Grixer knows he needs to do something drastic, but he's caught on a drone, and he really doesn't have that element of surprise anymore. Who's going to step up for OXG? Because this push has been perfect from Dark Zero.
Logic bombs will go off, and Force is getting hit with the double whammy as now he's being watched by Citizen, but of course,
clinical back take.
Tracker goes
both
ways. No
Logic HG drops me when they enable
stop
mode as well, or
that
just for
gadgetry.
today. It's for a couple days of the launch of Siege X. That verse retake's gonna be huge though.
Who has not relinquished control upstairs, and he'll find himself.
Huge refrag by NJR though.
But NJR gets
Look at this
the
shield.
perfect
Spirits
swing.
pushing through.
It was Forrest
So
last
fucking
alive who
clean.
tussled with the Blackbeard. He got the
Hoping
kill,
Spirits
but
14
it was
0s.
a
Yeah, I
clear
hope so
victory
too.
as he died shortly
I'm rooting for
thereafter.
Zakahi as
DZ
well. That's
takes
my
round
fucking
number
boy,
one.
bro. That's my boy for real.
And a decently standard
love
push,
Zakahi
I think,
out here.
executed really well. You know,
That's
they
our
take
glorious
control of
king.
those filter stairs. They have full armory control. Didn't ever expect that flank to come out from Grixer, which is a little surprising because they did have the logic bombs, but ultimately they limited him to just 1 kill, and that is good enough.
My favorite Jamaican streamer. All right, I guess I'm Jamaican now.
Feeling good about that round. I like their entry with the Blackbeard.
Gonna happen, dude. Say less.
But Spirits
Well, it's
can play
also
two styles of
fucking.
shield. You know, he can play aggressive, getting those frags for himself. Also very good at calling that information to his teammates. Then, of course, late when he needs to be that distraction focal point as well. He is happy to die to get his teammates the round win in that final execute. So, yeah, good stuff coming out from Dark Zero as a whole. Nothing revolutionary on that push, but a strong start. Kind of what you wanted to see from a more established team, not dissimilar to what we were talking about with Shopify a few games ago.
10 seconds left before insertion.
There'll be some chemistry here from both Nafe and Citizen playing
The
together.
whole first week, yes.
So
The
that'll
whole first week that
immediately
Siege X is
help.
out, yes.
I mean,
Guessing Spirits gonna play the
Spirits is
Clash.
a
Well, if
big
it's
journey
up, it's gonna. I think it's gonna be banned by
all
both
of
sides.
the
I mean, it's
different
literally the best
teams that
operator
he
in the game.
has floated around on
So it
at a
should be
tier
up.
1 level. His entry point to professional play actually came in the very short-lived Canadian League, if you remember that, the Canadian division back in 2020 when
Spirits, my
we
fucking
saw
go,
North
bro.
America get
Oh,
split
she still have the
between
fucking
two. There were
Brazil
still
skins on.
Canadians playing in the U.S. division, and there were still Americans playing in the Canadian division, so it got a little murky. But that was how Spirits got in there, and he immediately started making a name for himself. He is a tremendously flexible
Dominican?
player.
No, I'm not
Now,
Dominican.
obviously,
Sadly, I'm not
he's known
Dominican. I'm
for
sorry about that,
shields,
huge fella.
but there are plenty of clips of him rocking just on.
Hold on, the
regular
spectator
support,
like have
even
like different
fighting
reticle
operators
color?
with a
No,
good
holy
gun,
shit, that's crazy.
where he can make some
Nate plays
serious
blue. There's just
noise.
no
He's a
way
great
Nate
pickup
plays
for
blue.
Dark Zero, and well, he didn't really
Zach
do much in
E
terms
on
of
the-
killing in that previous round,
on the
but he's a
Blackbeard, bro.
focal point.
Think about it. He has to ban 2 shields against fucking Zakahi, and then he still has a third one. That's crazy, bro. Baba Yaga, dude. He might be Baba Yaga, bro. Look at his shield. Look at his shield movement. Look at his shield movement, dog. Look at the nade.
Get a good shot to kill Spirits, but didn't quite find it. Nade kill will finish.
Oh, he does kill the cover behind Spirits. That's crazy.
Get out of there. Retreat back to his teammate of Grixer inside of the R6 room. So a bit of ground lost on the side of OXG. You trade a.
I'm Japanese. Yes, I am Japanese. Apparently, according to people, I'm Japanese now.
This is an awkward one of those awkward bomb sites where you really desperately need to fight for that top floor, and Dark Zero so far doing a good job of that.
Two of your later operators are now gone, both the Smoke and the Goyo, no longer available. Gas canisters are an active gadget, so Gomez dying means you won't have them available, but those Goyo canisters will remain, and you just saw the flames in front of Spirits linger ever so slightly.
You're Japanese, dude. Let's fucking go, Black Cheddar. They have a 4v3 now. They just need to distract these people off the vert while they go for plant if they want to ISO. He off the swing. Look at him off the fucking Blackbeard. Best shield player in the world, baby. Best shield player in the world, baby. Nothing you can do against this guy on any shield, bro. Now they're going for smokes, trying to plant through in the spot. Goyo gets popped, but the thermite gets through. There is a ping on him. Ooh! Fight doesn't go down. Blackbeard still fighting above. No, Zakahi, no! But he's going. Oh, please, but no!
Grixer punishes Spirits, flips over and takes down Nafe with them.
He has the fucking kill above. He has the 1v2 the above players.
He'll have to scramble to get back upstairs and take the engagement head on.
Oh, they have a fucking crazy crossfire.
Still remains standing. Grixer's been reduced in terms of HP, but he'll dodge these flames.
He could have capped out the ceiling right here.
Shotgun in close range. Pambazoo wants the fight, and he might get it, but not in the way that he wants. Grixer
OXG first round.
OXG answers back with a round of their own.
Very early.
No, I'm on a shield drills from counter king.
For the best
He just knows this thing is big, schlong around and get unpunished. He might be the best shield player like ever, dog.
Gets a lot of play on that main floor bomb site because smoke plants inside the site are so common. Often what you'll see is roaming players up above will play something like...
Wait, is Jesse and Nitero doing the whole fucking day? That's crazy.
Solus does the job just as well. Now, didn't need to use...
He sure has the ace to win against Spirits team, dude. Holy shit.
Work with the shotgun. Managed to find Dave's plant position as well.
No, he got a 4K that run, I think. I think it was a 4K.
Doing a good job.
Pretty sure. Top 4 site now.
Here that it's there.
I think first one they went basement, then bunks briefs, and now they're going top 4 side. Okay.
Adam was doing.
Dude, okay, holy shit, my fucking
canisters,
my fucking headset wire is really bothering me right now, but it's all good.
A lot of really good teamwork coming out from
the sell by DZ, yeah, that kind of is. I mean, not really. It's like they killed the guy distracting the top 4, so the players couldn't play the vert.
Settle things down.
Really good trust as well on Oxygen. They played their roles perfectly. Adam and Grixer were separate but equals when it comes to
Spirit's just touching my Spirit. Let's fucking go, Spirit.
Well, Grixer did his own thing. Adam held down the fort, and Dark Zero were punished for not keeping somebody.
Oh, that's a crazy fucking spawn peek. Oh, he's looking for a drone. Never mind. I was like, what is he spawn peeking now? He's looking for a drone.
Considerations that Lair has that other maps just simply don't. You go back to the old days of when Theme Park was in the map pool, and it was the biggest map that we had. It was very similar, especially when Theme Park had that train corridor in the middle because the roam potential for defenders was unmatched on other maps. Operators that brought claymores or
Theme is ass. Theme is ass. I will agree with that one. I'm not gonna lie. The way the bat plays is not good, especially for Throne. Ooh, really fast entry. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Really fast entry by DZ. That's gonna waste a lot of fucking time. Especially if that's a smoke. Oh, that's a smoke. So they don't get the main time waster. I wonder if OXU will be able to actually reinforce off the flex reinforcement. No, they have a mirror. They want to fight it. Okay. That's a good mirror. I like that fucking mirror. Very good mirror, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that time waste with the Goyo canister is going to be critical.
And yeah, starts to get it. Nafe is underneath. Getting fought from above.
Didn't expect that aggressive play from Dark Zero to run straight in with the Finka charge. Hunt for blood.
He walking through ace charge on the mirror. Will they be able to get it? Nope.
Is super valuable. I like Dark Zero's position a lot here. Still some toxic babes got to wait through, but a minute 41 on the clock.
They use a smoke grenade. Okay, Yaga just use a smoke grenade to run around the rotate to shoot the ace charge off the mirror.
Exist, but you've got good.
It's gonna be very hard to get this open, especially if there are more smokes. Will he go for it again? No, he won't. Mirror getting open. Okay, that Goyo's gonna keep wasting more time. Azami above the vert on the rotate.
Have a sense of urgency and try to make a move. Maybe go for a.
Buck's the most important player here. Can he displace enough players for them to execute their site? They still need a player to rotate around and go on these tiles window. Not tiles window, display window over here. Glass window. Ooh, that nade was fucking perfect actually, but it
on the Sonics, which is
they didn't manage to punish him off of it. That's crazy. He did whiff onto Spirits though. Do
Do
they have any more nades for that guy? No more nades to clear Yaga out of the power spot. That power spot he's on is huge. Until they clear him out, they can't really do shit. The Buck has to kill him off this. Does the Buck know where to buck for this? Oh, he has his eyes on the flank. He has eyes on the flank. He has to buck out the Sasami. He's baiting out the flank with his buck shots. He's baiting out the flank, but he knows. The Frost knows that he knows. Oh, but they need the Buck to buck him. They need the Buck to buck him.
Round number 2, so we
He ran back up. Okay, now the Buck can go for the Azami. They have to use the Buck to go for this Azami.
Which would be bad. At least he'd still find some very important kills that
Spirits! Gets him done regardless. Holy shit, Zakahi on the shield. What can you do? What can you do with Zakahi on the shield, bro? Oh, never mind. Horrible ideas, but it's all good.
Spirits right as Spirits drops the shield. Blackbeard a little bit slower than I think Spirits was hoping for, and it's only a single kill from OXG as DZ bounces back. And we have, through 3 rounds, our most competitive match of the day.
We did think it might go competitive. We did expect this to come through. I would be shocked if this wasn't a Blackbeard ban. Answered out from OXG. There it goes. Spirits has been an absolute monster on this operator. Again, he's only gotten, I believe, 1 kill up to this point playing the Blackbeard every single round. But you've seen the space he's been able to take every single time. It's been dominant and always favoring for Dark Zero. You know, that last round, not technically a flawless round as Spirits died right at the end, but I would still call it a perfect execute from DZ where everything went right. Just like in the first round, when Spirits goes down with like 2 seconds remaining or whatever it is.
Spirits gotta have hacks in his glasses. Dude, he might have hacks in his glasses. He might have hacks in his glasses.
To make sure everybody looks at him because he's got confidence that his teammates are gonna lock things down.
Yeah, stop playing in EUL. Yeah, stop playing in EUL.
Last couple of kills. He has been massively impactful on that Blackbeard. I'm glad to see it gone. But now Spirits gets to level up. Now he brings out that Ying. There's a reason why they
Ying shotgun
at the start of this game. Spirits one of the best.
Triple fucking shield ban. Dude, how much fucking aura do you have to elicit a fucking triple shield ban, dog? Jesus fucking Christ. You can ban any 3 attackers in the game and you ban every single shield. That's how good this motherfucker is at shields, bro. He took down this hallway every single time. God damn, is Lair attacking side himself? I'll say it's even. Is Dama gonna drop a donut? Fuck no, he's him.
And he's just boring old Jackal.
Who took Spirit spot on Beast Coast? No one took his spot. They just kept Kino on him,
Spirits gets on Ying at least once.
I'll go back to something I said.
Spirits is gonna be on a few shield next, dude.
Forest gets heat.
Spirits is unstoppable, man.
Unconventional operators. Look at who he is playing at this current point in time. Now, Tachanka obviously is not an unconventional operator.
Tachanka.
Very few maps. And
Tachanka, bottom flow side, Tachanka. Shit, Tachanka, shit.
You know, maybe
hey, Fett, hey, what up? Eli?
You could get some big value from him. And
is there new drops for Siege right now, or is it just Dokkaebi? I think it's just Dokkaebi right now. I don't know. Or a Battle of Spirit Shield ban versus Joystick Jaeger ban. Well, Jaeger's not really like that good of an operator anymore. I'm not gonna lie, Joystick's not that good on Jaeger right now. Like, he doesn't play Jaeger at all anymore. Ops ass.
Can also be excellent if they're anchoring down a particular spot. How is
I see the attempt at what you were trying to say though.
There are options. This is the bottom floor bomb site.
Oh?
Again, lots of bankable angles. Could find some value here, but
dropping off that is crazy, dude. The fact that you can't ADS when you drop anymore is insane. Like, it makes so much hatch drops more risky. Richter gets one. Wow.
Nafe, however, will be the first one to go
Nafe
down.
there.
Worse with your ace.
Spears on the Jackal. Let's see Spears on the gun. You don't want to see Spears on the gun, bro. How are you today? Have you been having fun with CJX? Dude, I've been having fun. I'm having fun. I think so. Me think so. Me think me have fun.
Still, you
type
are
shit.
now gonna be able to keep those hatches closed if they weren't already opened. A lot of these roamers
like the attempt by Pamba.
The logic bombs.
Well, they were going for the kill. They had Nave cutting him off from outside. Grixer just fried him. Oh, that timing! That timing is crazy. Up the nade too. Citizen gets another. Clearing out this room. They don't even need the spears on the shield. Where's Zagahi at, bro? Zagahi get a kill. Show me something, Zagahi. Oh, that timing again. Nick Jr.
Not this time. The mayor himself punishing him on the way to a potentially successful re-election.
Yaga fell off. Yaga didn't fall off. I just don't think, like, I think a lot of these players.
Smoking and Tachanka are 2 of the best that you can have with only 45 seconds
I think they play better or worse depending on the system they're playing under.
That gadgetry. Where do the gas canisters go? Do you get aggressive and go for peaks? Because at this point, DZ outnumbers you 2-1. Forrest sitting just off site. Gomez was in the heart of it. And he will now rotate to be a bit more aggressive as he gets hunted down by Citizen's Death Mark. They'll know where each other is, leaving Forrest as the question mark, who's now watching the hatch. As a drop will come out, he misses an opportunity, gets the down
Kills
on
Spirits
the
in the drop,
Another
though.
body could fall too.
Gomez dies off that.
The drop
Oh,
goes
whiffs
in,
a little
Forrest
bit.
lighting him up.
Pamba went crazy that
And
round.
Mizzou gets both of them.
Zaka Heat. Why did they get
And
Zaka Heat
DZ
entry, man? Let him get
wins
some
2 in a
kills,
row.
bro. What the fuck?
Nice try on the anchor play. Obviously, Smoke Tachanka, that duo that you like for the time denial. But the problem when you're in a 2v4 with Tachanka is you can't really use your utility.
Isn't Loki's in
It's
prime
gonna
on
take
DZ?
you so long to put your
Citizen's
gun
always been a good player.
bring out the
Citizen's
shooting
another player
launcher,
that's like,
fire it off to block any
I don't know.
areas you don't want the attackers to run
it's
through.
just hard. I don't mean to
Back
like disrespect, but it's just like hard to say like
it's just not feasible unless you
you
have
as a
lot
player
of
doesn't seem to be
teammates
making that
around
much of an
to
impact on the
protect
team
you.
around.
So you don't
It
need
seems like your
that
team
backup.
environment
In
makes you
2v4,
play better or worse,
Tachanka's
as opposed to
really
like
not able to do
you
a
making
whole
the
lot
team
of
around you
stall.
better. I
think
think
Forrest
Spirits is
made
the type of guy that
right
makes his team
save.
around him play
He got
better.
there. Obviously, it
I
wasn't
think
enough.
everyone on that
He
Beast
made the
Coast
shot. I
roster
think
makes
that is
it
a
makes his
winnable
team
round,
around them
but
play
in the
better.
smoke, that's obviously
We're all
much
players
easier
like
said
that,
than
and that's what
done.
I look for in players, at least
So
personally.
a tough round.
Control your own fate.
One that you maybe
Don't just be a
would like to
passive
have some more
bystander.
success in the early
Tag time out
round
by
instead,
OXG
but
Redeemer calling
this
the shit
Dark
right
Zero
now. A little
team
strat
have
on the right that you
been
see there.
present in the early round, making sure that they can work those picks, especially in the road.
When someone played the 16th at 1, dude, abso-fucking-fruitly,
This is
dude.
another kind of issue. in
Abso-fucking-fruitly,
you've
let's
got
go, dude.
3 bans, which is a lot. You used to only get, 2 bans and only 1 could be an attacker. Now in Siege, you can ban 3 different attacking operators, but if you've got to spend all of them on shields, you're still going to have to go up against Dokkaebi. You're still going to have to go up against Ying. You're still going to have to go up against whatever these other annoying operators, Damos is another good example, that Dark Zero are going to want to have to bring. And, there was a time where Dark Zero didn't bring Dokkaebi. I think famously they brought her once or twice in the span of like a year and a half was the statistic.
King stomping
But
with
that's no longer
1v5.
the case.
Buzz up.
They've been doing a great job of using those ops to help out with the roam clear. Forrest is not deterred. He's going to go back to the Tachanka and might have more success here on the mid floor.
He switched guns as well. He was running that, 9x9 or whatever it's called. That's the one gun where it's like, I'm just like, I have no idea what to call this thing. So it's just refer to it as whatever the Spetsnaz gun is. I mean, part of the big change with Tachanka was to make his turret more mobile. So you take it off of its hinges, and now he just carries around an LMG and fires it, no problem whatsoever. Quite impractical, but I mean, we're also
Stop will
talking
not
about
be
a game
successful,
where
dude.
you-
I think stopping will be good, guys. Like, he's fine, bro. Like, he's a good player.
Um,
I think he's a good player.
mention the
Regardless,
fact
he's like a
that
really good
Thatcher
player. What the
has just,
fuck
like,
is
you know,
Forex making all this vert
pocket-sized
for?
mini nukes, which, as far
Holy
as I'm aware,
shit.
are not,
Okay, fuck, I guess.
realism in games.
I guess that's the advantage you have with Tachanka. Does he only have 70 bullets left total, or?
Amount of realism.
Oh, wait, I have no idea, because it's fucking HUD, bro. HUD doesn't show shit, bro.
All these 4
8 hours till stopping
Not a
plays, dude. You guys are
single
fucking,
player
like,
on OXG
fiending
is
for
on
that
site.
shit. You guys are dead ass
All
fiending
5
for
players
that
are
shit,
playing
bro.
above the bomb site. And I'm not here
88.
to criticize. This is exactly what you have to do on a map like Bunks and Briefing, where the entire bomb site can be denied from up above. There's one little plant spot kind of behind a pillar that is tricky to deny from above, but I'm pretty sure even there you can get some angles. So.
Are you on a
Especially
treadmill?
with
Yes,
that
I'm on a
in
treadmill.
Tachanka, there is no safe place to plant. Dark Zero will need to address this top floor, and they've brought out some very scary operators to do so. Lots of smokes, Ying, and a Glaz. It's going to be tough for OG to exist.
Spirits on the
up
Ying.
top.
Is it a Ying shoddy? Yeah, it is a Ying shoddy. I wonder what intro he's gonna go for.
Playing on
He's in the staircase. They're gonna Ying through
traditionally
top. Are they gonna go for a
teams
flood through or a
has
side plant? Which one will it
been
be?
front center for
This side's
DZ.
always such a weird side to attack, because it's like, you just kind of go for like a gamble plant randomly in the middle of the round.
That we often talk about, and that is perfect if that's the role they have him on. Spirits was the one leading the charge in, and of course, no shields.
Hard-breaching
to be
this
had
wall
for
now.
him,
They're
so
gonna
he's
go off
on
that
the
hard breach
move.
charge going
Said
off,
that
maybe
you
off the
see
sound
how
of it.
dedicated you are.
Ying's going off. There's a
Again, I
BP
love
on it though. It got hacked. It got hacked by Payma. Maybe they're gonna go for the plant now.
Right.
Holy shit! Wait, he just burned his own fucking teammate! What just happened? How did Forrest burn his own
Forrest kills
teammate?
Gomez with his own fire. NJR has a read on Yaga playing behind that deployable shield, and he
They
knows
plant
that
now
there's
on
a
green. I
player
feel like
in
people
that
need to make
position,
more
and
plant
this is
spots on this site.
3 on OXG that are unaccounted for.
Which spots
Forrest
deny the
alone
green
cooked
breach?
himself.
And Thermite needs to rotate up, right? Thermite needs to rotate up to get the top wall? Or no, they're going for it right now. Ying for the drone hole while they're going for plant? Is there no warning? There's no warning, but it's Solus. It's Solus. Will Solus be able to scan it? Bomb going down. Can Solus scan the bomb plant? Bomb goes down. NJR fighting. The Yings from the drone hole not going to work out.
Yaga spotted by NJR. That was an earlier target, Jesse. Now it's Grixer's turn to
Citizens to pushing above. Bomb going down again. They still have Vert. Spirit's hitting the backside. Does die though. But they're gonna get the bomb down. Oh, plants in the little fucking closet thingy.
Forrest picked off.
Holy shit.
Adam with just a single kill through these 5 rounds as last man standing. Because of this heavy upstairs hold, Adam
Brilliant
has
attack
one
from
hell of a
DZ.
job in front of him. He needs to
They
go
had
down
2
to
separate
case
plant
Zero
spots they
and
went for.
disaster
One was
players
like a
are
kind of
nearby,
cheeky
are
one off the fucking
outside.
ying on the drone hole.
Sitting
But
on
unfortunately
the
for them, the Solus was able to spot it out.
Auxiliary gadgets are
Wow,
open.
crazy.
All of those considerations lead him to a bit of hesitation in which he's punished.
Your leg's not hurting?
By the mayor.
Well, I kind of have to
NJR
shit.
Might have cost Nafe his life, but he bails them out of a bad situation, and Dark Zero extends their lead.
Well, the dedication? It's not dedication. It's just like I
Dark
need
will
to.
push. A lot
Like
of teams might have,
I sit down
watched
all day
this
in lab,
when
and then
the
I sit
initial
down all day
planter
again on my
went
computer.
down.
My
You know, when
fucking
you
legs and
flood
back
the
are gonna
site with
deteriorate,
snow,
so I gotta like
Gordon
train
is
it.
banned. You're
I gotta
doing your
train it,
best
bro.
just to,
You feel me?
just to get the defuse kit
I also need to
down.
shit
It's
kinda
not
bad now
even
that I'm
the,
walking.
it's not even the soul.
Like, it's kind of stimulated my bowels, chat.
The ping for the strong guy.
Like I hope DZ like 7-1 this game or something, because I kind of the poop's kind of coming out of my butt.
It's easy to lose your cool. It's easy to not be able to respond, but Dark Zero
Poop's
had
poking
no
out of my
issues
butt,
with
babe.
that. We're very quickly able
We want
to
a gym
re-pick up
stream?
that
Oh,
lead,
alright.
Get it down with the 2v2.
Wait, chat. I have a
Forrest
genuine
as well,
question,
who
because right now I'm in a
I
studio with
really
my
thought
girlfriend,
was
so
gonna
she has to
put
like
up
deal with my
great
ass streaming all the
shot
time.
for us. I just talked about the
Do
best
I-
clip I'd seen all year. Forrest could
Do I have my setup when we
moved
move to a 1 bedroom? Do I have my setup in the living room so that she can sleep and I have a separation of sleep and work? Or do I have it in the bedroom so that we can have people over, and if I need to do anything on my computer, they don't all see me do it and I have my own privacy?
At a high level,
What's like the-
towards the attackers, because once you get good at it, the attackers have a lot of options, a lot of different ways to take the
What'd you
map,
say?
but even still, this is not where you wanted to be if you're Oxygen. They need
What'd
this
you say?
next round.
My privacy matters more than
No, that's fine. I'm okay with
Feels like
that.
we're in a similar place to where we were in the wild card C9 game.
Living room?
5-1, and I was like, they really need this next round. You know, they
Yeah, I
really
agree.
need their
How
second
often do you have
round or
people
else
over?
it'll
Well,
be
I don't
6-1
I don't have to have people
time
over.
to
She has people over all the
Very
time.
familiar territory here. I honestly did not expect OXG to
I know there might be
be
people, I don't invite them
on
over,
this
you invite them over.
bad of a receiving end of DZ's
No, I like it.
aggression.
I'm just saying if it was in the bedroom, then I could
Fourth
stream
map where
while people are
Lair
over.
is inarguably defender favored for some periods of time. This is a
Because I
very
need to work.
friendly map for the defenders. So the fact
What?
that OXG is sitting with
And
just
okay,
a
I'll just stream
single
less, I guess.
round to show for it, despite 3 shield bans,
Include them
on
in the stream,
board, is
heard.
really quite striking. There is an opportunity for DZ to run away with this if they put
Just
up a
have 2
5-1
setups.
first half, and then they move.
I might separate
these
the bed and
defenders.
the
I think they
the
can
bed and the setup. That might be the
would
move.
put us at a 7-1, 7-2. This has been the scoreline that we've seen quite frequently today. Janiro called it out on the desk. Fox and Laxing seem to agree
Just
with
buy
it.
a penthouse with my
Well, it has
M80
not
money.
been as
They're not paying me that much,
competitive as we
sadly,
had hoped.
because it's a transfer of the Beast
We'll wait
Coast
and see what
contract.
happens in our 5th matchup, which occurs
Dave bucking
after
underneath
this is
again,
all said
the
and
top
done.
floor
Team
site.
Cruelty, who played
Wonder if they're going for the
in
same
Mexico
skinny
and
penis
still
always
in
taking.
Mexico
Just
as
going
far
for a
as I'm
skinny
aware,
penis
will be played
every
against
single
Space
round,
Station,
seems
our
like.
final match of the
Wow,
day.
DZ just looks
SSG
so good on
will
this map,
certainly
man.
be favorites
Never
just
mind.
based on
He got
the way
fucked.
that these
It's
regional
all good
leagues have
though.
played
Zaga
before.
He with the
Never
fucking
really
Ying
know.
shotgun. Like what
Keep
can
in
you
mind,
do?
Cloud9 were not
What
the
can you do when you
favorites
ban
in
3
this
shields against
wild
Zaga He and he
card.
still has Ying shotgun?
It's coming to not early blows, Jesse, but Grixer dies.
Ooh,
Nate
third
dies,
smoke.
and both
Pampa
teams
walks
now
in the
at
flank, that's good.
4v4 with just a bit over a minute to go.
Yeah, Nafe, not in a
turned it
super
up
safe
already,
spot. He
twice.
died from the vert, but he had a flank
Turn it
that
up
would kill
more.
him about 2 seconds later. Pamba is watching
already
the
at
flank
70.
now
Turn it up to
and
71.
easily shuts it down from Gomez. Was at a tough match so far. The captain of Oxygen Esports yet to really find a lot of impact. Now it's a man.
Or you just get your bread up and buy a Mega Mansion. Fry.
Dark Zero. While
Skinny penis, bro. The hallway, this hallway right here is called skinny penis, bro. This is skinny. This is the shaft. It's like slightly curved. These are the balls. Like this is the balls.
Smoke is going to be the next
The
job.
rectum. Oh, the shotgun battle lost by Spirits though.
Is prepared and waiting before
Big
that
refrag by
Candela can
Pamba
go
coming
off.
through. Nate comes
Simple
through.
shotgun blast
Force
to the chest,
in
and
the
it's game
corner.
over
He has
for
a crossfire
Spirits.
with the Legion.
DZ
No way to
has
get him
the
until
3
through
top
vert.
fraggers still standing.
He's gonna
so
go underneath
for
the fucking. He's
anybody
gonna go underneath the fucking.
who would
We'll shoot him to the
trust
floor.
This round.
Oh, they have the perfect. They
Got
have
the
the perfect
NJR
play. This is a good
and
play.
that
This is a good play. That's a good play. That's a good play. They had to go underneath, and they did it.
Forrest has been dropped.
What?
Should be an
We're
easy
acing him to
kill.
death?
I don't know if the Selma works that way.
Why don't we just try to floor bang him? He died to an ace charge. We're gonna kill him with the ace charge.
Crawled out of the way. Adam on a single
NJR walks to the breach. Oh, the timing though with the Legion Mine is so bad.
Adam.
Oh no!
Super shorty Young on the board.
He gets
as well.
one,
It's
planting the
on
bomb.
Citizen With 2 seconds
Oh, 4-2 DZ.
And OXG
4-2
will
DZ.
survive the round. The first half is in the books. DZ putting together 4, OXG 2.
All right, big from Yaga to step up and get a couple of those late round kills. Obviously, another one of those players.
Dude, I kind of need to shit. Chat. All right, chat. Sadly, I need to shit. So just bear with me. Bear with me for a sec here.
Now, but not really finding the score.
Score right now is 4-2
I'm glad that
DZ.
they got that second though. I mean, that's gonna be.
You could literally see it at the top of your screen.
On the offense.
I really need to shit, so I'm gonna go shit, chat.
Smoke ban.
Y'all enjoy the game.
A little bit odd. Again, usually on this map, you would see a zombie, two-brow, warden, maybe some golden owl operators. It's gonna be smoke and clash. So clearly, OXG have some strong ideas about what they want to do. Smoke, a very famous operator for NJR, of course, so that might be part of the reasoning why they want to take it off the board. But this game, I think, one of those games that could end up spiraling out of control from Oxygen, but I don't hate it in their position right now either.
I mean, I don't love where OXG is.
Y'all gonna want, y'all, I'm gonna shit.
Earlier, the fact that they will now move on to attack, unless we do see something that is a bit abnormal, which is an attacker-favored Lair, which again is entirely possible. I don't know how I feel about OXG's position moving forward. They already called their timeout, so there's nothing they can do to slow this bleeding if it continues. And now they are going to be on statistically what should be the weaker side of this map, up against a team that, as a roster, this is a bit more experience. Obviously, all of those things are factors, but they never really play into it. I mean, we've seen teams that you've really never heard of excel in leagues, in smaller events, and I mean, hey, we just had CAG make it to the grand finals of Reload, which is something that almost no human on this planet would have ever guessed. So unpredictability is entirely possible. What is predictable is that I suspect it'll be exciting no matter what. Spirits will play on the Tachanka. That was an operator that we watched in the hands of Forrest. Can the Frenchman on DZ do anything different? Sorry, French-Canadian. I do know that they like that clarification. They like that designation. Distinction, some would say.
It's kind of funny. Forrest was running Tachanka because the Goyo got banned. Now Spirits is running Tachanka, presumably because the Smoke got banned. So different answers to different problems, but I guess the same answer here in this situation. Gonna be one of those issues again where it comes to stalling that time. Nobody really on a roam on the side of Dark Zero. Usually you'll see one player kind of lurking in the basement. That was Gomez last round on the top floor, but Dark Zero opting to keep all players up above. Part of that is, of course, because they've got such a strong site presence with NJR playing on that bandit. He's going to be in a good spot to trick things. There's only an ace in terms of hard breach, and then only pocket EMPs from Grixer. And now there's no hard breach. Uh-oh.
Adam has really not lived up to the kind of praise and billing I was giving him earlier, as I had high expectations for him in this match. I mean, unfortunately, there's a couple standouts on OXG in the wrong direction. Gomez at 1 kill despite his role. Yaga with only 2 kills, but he tends to play among the safest of these roles. Maybe not on attack, but as a defender, Yaga is almost never involved in the early altercations. DZ will now escape as some more of those Molotovs get shot out. Spirits has gone through half of the magazine at this point, and with 1 minute left, he'll have plenty to blanket the bomb site or the entrances to it. It's up to OXG to avoid them.
I like that Kiba on the floor, protect a little bit against Yaga, who's still down below on that buck. Spirits getting lots of use out of this, as you said, on the Tachanka. Will be stalling out time. Man disadvantage, but they still have that Monty, which can work a lot of space, work a lot of information. I'm interested to see if they can get another dimension to this push. Monty's rotated, looks like over towards the balcony up top there. So it'll be interesting to see where he actually wants to make his entry point, because it doesn't feel like there's any easy way in, with Spirit spamming one way, Dreadmines another, and Bandit batteries over here.
I mean, that's what happens when you lose your hard breach early. You said it yourself. The job just became infinitely harder. The Monty of Forest will now challenge Pambazoo in this direction. He cuts off a line of sight. Now the Monty will toil all on his own. Grixer drops the hands of NJR. A drop down for Pambazoo, but Forest is the only one standing. He finds a single kill onto Pamba, but he's only got 2 seconds left, Jesse. What is he going to be able to pull off? Not much. He takes down NJR before the timer runs out. And again, clock management is the name of the game. Very, very hard on a map like Lair when you lose your hard breach to get on top of that clock. Once your hard breacher goes and all of those walls remain reinforced, there is almost nothing you can do. You just have to try and work through it. You've got doorways, maybe some soft destruction, as you saw, trying to play below. But I mean, that's sometimes a fool's errand. A really tricky spot for OXG to get themselves out of due to the fact they lost the hard breach early, and DZ benefits from it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's really difficult, especially in a map like Lair. It's why we often see the Bandit Kaid ban come out. Not in this game, but it was the most common pair of bans in the first phase at Reload. So you often see teams dedicating a lot of resources trying to enable themselves to open up walls. And here, it wasn't the electricity that was the problem. Of course, it was just losing the ace early on. But I mean, we know how big of a factor that can be. Got a small tech pause here between DZ and Oxygen. Maybe a blessing for OXG to settle the nerves a little bit. As we often say, it's not a time where you can discuss strategies, but it is a time that you can maybe cool off a little bit, get out of your own head if you've been in it. I know a couple of players in Oxygen still have yet to really hit the ground running this stage, so hopefully they can settle themselves down a little bit, because these are kind of the games where you're up against a DZ, a team that have looked somewhat weak over the last 6 months. You want to be finding early wins to set yourself up for later in the season.
If you're a fan of baseball, you'll know that they play 160 plus games a year. And you'll know that for a lot of fans, if you do poorly in the first 20 games, people just brush it off and say, it's a long season. There's 140 more games to go. But if you go, say, 5-15 in those first couple games, those first 20 games, and you get to the very end, you're 10 games away from the season ending, and you're 1 game back of the playoffs, it's not uncommon for you to go back to those first 20 games and say, if we'd just done a little bit better in the early season, we wouldn't be here right now. And it's really true. I have heard teams say openly at the start of the season, whether they be in Europe, whether they be in Brazil, whether they be in North America, here in our game, they've said, well, it's just, the first or second game. We just got to get the jitters out. It's just the early season. With how we have had the NA League go before, there are teams who will miss out on the playoffs. They will miss out on a major by a single game that if they had just maybe won it earlier on, I don't want to say tried a little harder, because I don't think these teams aren't trying, but there are certainly teams who take their time to settle in. They wouldn't be in a position where they could miss the playoffs. They could miss a major. They could, at some points, go through relegation in the older systems. So I know it's very easy to just kind of hand wave away the early games, but it is incredibly important that teams take what they have done in the offseason, which for some of these squads, the ones not in the R6 share program, the ones who were not present at Reload, it's been a long offseason, especially if they didn't make SI. They need to put the pedal to the metal and start off strong, because you lose your first or second game and you kind of say, it's fine, it's early season. When it comes down to game 8 or game 9 and you're 1 game back of making it into the playoffs or even clinching a major spot or one of the higher seeded spots, you're going to look back at that first or second game and shake your head and say, that's when we lost the season.
Especially for Oxygen. I mean, when they made the 6 Invitational in Boston, it broke a 570-day streak of not attending any LAN events. And that event, they didn't win, they didn't qualify for by winning regular season games. They did it just by winning an open qualifier. So they've had their struggles in the past with winning these regular season games, with being towards the top of the league play, where they've been stuck for the last couple of years, and they would love to start turning that around. They kind of thought that with this rebuild of roster, it would be the team to do it. And it's still early. It still could be. But yeah, these early games matter. We go to the mid floor for round number 8. So no basement for now. It's going to be Bunk's briefing, where, again, that top floor is oh so critical. They've got 4 players up above as just NJR holds down the site. On the side of Oxygen, they haven't done a whole lot to pressure up above. They've got, obviously, Thermite coming in to open things up from green. But I imagine they're not going to be going for a full top clear at this point. The time is getting a little bit low. The goal is going to be smoke plant with their 4 smokes they have on Gomez and Grixer. Pressure up above so that these players are too distracted, I should say, to get the vertical denial and then play an objective style of game. But again, easier said than done. And this nuke jammer has been a real problem.
This is not the first time in the last 4 minutes that we have seen an issue with hard breach on OXG's side of things, but they make it work. They use that pocket EMP to open things up. Thatcher really was relegated to the Shadow Realm after those pocket EMPs were added to the game. And I mean, one of the beautiful things about Dokkaebi is that she brings them amongst all the other little pieces of nuisance that she adds. NJR dies at the hands of Yaga. That's DZ, suffering through a first death. They haven't really been in this position all that frequently. And with 30 seconds left, you're going to need every single player primed and accounted for. Pambazoo from above sees that Sen's wall and will now shoot out those Molotovs to try and stop the defuse plant from going down, but he's completely blind to Yaga's position. Yaga has actually evaded all of the flames, and OXG gets away with the diffuser, planted successfully. Adam is picked off as he tries to get out of the vicinity by Nafe, but now the clock will run against Dark Zero as they have to choose where these OXG players are on very limited information. Forrest guns down Citizen Spirits, trades it right back, but the timer is unrelenting. Nafe, Spirits, and Pambazoo against Gomez, Grixer, and Yaga. Pambazoo trying to take that bottom floor. So much of this has been played on the middle floor. Kills coming in for DZ, but what about the clock? They are at halfway. Grixer is still situated under the stairs. He gets all of them, and there's only a second left as he finishes off Pambazoo. The push coming back to the site worked so effectively for DZ until they discovered Pablo hiding beneath the stairs. Great round from OXG in the post plant. And again, DZ had very limited information as to where the plant was going. They had even less information when the diffuser went down. And OXG, benefiting from all of that, played it so well.
Grixer just racking up the kills on that bomb site. He's been finding so many good frags, both on the attack and on the defense. But I really want to give credit to Yaga in that round. That was such a cool strat with the Sen's wall. One of the biggest problems on Bunks and Briefing is stopping a warden from up above from denying your smoke plant. You know, clearing top floor is so difficult. Teams would love to shortcut it and just not clear top and go for a smoke plant down below. But there's always a warden up top or a soulless. And so that makes it really, really difficult to deal with that. Dark Zero solved the warden problem by straight up just banning it at the start of the game. But OXG, instead of wasting a ban on a warden, were able to use that Sen's wall, go for an unorthodox plant spot. Warden's goggles, of course, since the buff descends, can no longer see through those walls, which meant there was a completely secret plant spot going down from Yaga. He really pulled that off beautifully. The Tachanka wasn't able to find the mark and stop that. Found a little sliver just inside the door where the plant would not get denied.
Dude, holy shit. I didn't even finish shitting, bro. Like, there's still shit in my ass. I need to re-shit after this game, but I needed to come back to finish for you guys, so you're welcome. Alright, you're fucking welcome.
One of those Sen's usages that kind of has been popping up more and more since the buff.
Yeah, I'll put factor on my... fuck.
We talked to players about Sen's usage. It's the lack of predictability with his rolling smoke, right? Like or their rolling smoke. It's very challenging to know where they're going to go.
What is this, attack
when
setup?
you throw them out of your pocket. And
I mean, this just looks like...
line it up on a door frame and then just, nope, it just comes right back to you. And well, there goes
what does this look like to me?
Idea behind it.
Yeah.
They're going, I mean, the Rams above, I don't know what the fuck that's for, but they're going for a garage take, so maybe they're just in case the Ram and the fucking Sledge take above. I don't know if you need vert for this take necessarily, if you want to go for a garage side take. You more so need operators to kill the roamers holding where they would hold the vert to stop the take. Can you at least finish shitting? No. Because y'all want me back on stream, that's why. What's your PhD in? Biomedical Sciences.
Bit nervous about talking.
Bro, go shit. No, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna watch your shit in my ass. All right, that's what's gonna happen.
Dominating the meta.
This is what's gonna happen, chat.
Yeah,
I wanted this.
I'll know who to blame.
Okay.
This is a cool push. This is the first time we've seen a garage side push. Every other push this game so far has come over towards office, which is the more common side to push. But
I wonder if there's a better plant spot for for briefs I can find, but just loading up the game.
Still need a bit. You still need to be able to deny somebody killing your planter from above.
Because I feel like all the plant spots that are currently found in briefs aren't that good.
Is a bit of a bigger challenge. Doing it with a Blackbeard is the idea from Oxygen, and as he rotates up top, they've got more problems to deal with too. Sprinting out of the way is Pamba, but he's not really going to a spot where he's going to find more kills. He's just wasting time by drawing the Blackbeard out. That guy was on the basement not too long ago, and now he's fighting a player who just retreated to top.
Most of the verts cover them, Justin? Yeah, probably. But I'm trying to think, like, maybe there's, like, a spot that, like, the proxy room holds, and, like, just... Like, I want to... No, I'm thinking of, like... a spot that like vert that you could
They're not
easily
teams able to
keep the
flush
enemy
out.
off
They
of
can
instead of
look at
having to
map like
flood
Lair,
through
and
it.
most
Like
teams
not
just
near
say, well, we don't have
U-Haul.
enough time to deal with
Could
throwing
work.
it, so let's just go for maybe a bit more of a
Go
linear
wipe, wash
push.
your hands. I did wipe and
On
wash
that
my
one, Bank,
hands.
you'll get
I'll go
punished
back
for
to
that.
shitting later, bro.
You're
You
not
worry
taking
about
control
yourself,
of that middle
man.
floor on Lair. It's just
Holy shit,
what it
OXG's
is.
kind of cranking on the
Sometimes
fucking
you
attack here. Holy
Just
shit,
going
wait,
straight
OXG kind of
for
are
the
in
throat, and
control
that's
now.
exactly what OXG seems to do, by the way. They greet every
Talk was
single
locked in
member
the rest of the
Dark
room, like as you
Zero.
walk from. We'll see. I'll find out later by loading up my game. Actually, I can find out now after this round. I'm kind of intrigued by this question. Like, I'm not trying to find a better plant spot, period. I'm trying to find a plant spot that, like, you could easier fight the enemy off the vert. Because all the vert near U-Haul is like mega aids to, like, keep the defenders off of, you know?
A bit of a bottle job by Nafe as now
Damn.
Citizen will need 3
OXG
more.
are
He
coming
won't even
back.
get one.
Alright, let's open up our game. Let's open up our game.
Keeping this one close.
Let's open our game. I hate that the game shows up
DZ
below the
were
test server,
well
though.
within their rights to win that round, but OXG come out ahead. We have got quite a competitive match on our hands, Jesse.
That we do, Parker. And again, it's Adam's positioning that really comes out ahead. He's not had the most kills in this game, but I really like where he's been setting himself up, both on the offense and defense. As you mentioned,
You live in
middle
a
floor,
skyscraper?
so
No, I
important
don't.
to stop that clutch potential from
Actually,
the British duo on Dark Zero.
I guess
One more
it
ban
kind of
apiece.
is. I
Could be
mean,
a
but
Blackbeard
like
to
also
come out
every
from the
fucking building
defensive
is in my
side.
vicinity.
Actually ban the Tachanka in a serious match. I mean, that is absolutely being taken out because the Tachanka's been a problem. It's been heavily used ever since that smoke ban. We'll follow it up with a tactical timeout to come through. Of course, the Ram being banned on the other side, so I expected maybe a Blackbeard. The Ram was the operator just piloted by Adam in that previous round. So you see that impact that he's been able to have with that operator. Definitely starting to slip away a little bit from DZ. They will call this tactical.
Hi, Fett. Hello, certified Wulu. How you doing, man?
Team can say to
Back time out, DZ.
He's got kangaroo in his name. He's clearly from Australia.
He doesn't have kangaroo in his name. It's kangaroo, okay? There's only one A in that name.
I'm not passing judgment on his ability to spell. Kangaroo is in Australia. That is very simple math. Kangaroo in the name must be Australian. That's it. Done.
Do you think the skill map is
Or
bad this season, or do you
geography,
think teams
math.
will catch up? I
Maybe
think NA is
biology,
pretty.
knowing
NA has a lot of good teams.
Animals are from.
Name plus kangaroo, irrespective of spelling, equals Australia. Very simple.
Okay.
Do you think Stumble will work out G2? I think
This
Stumble
is an
will be
attacker
fine.
favored
I
layer,
think he'll
by
be
the way.
okay. Just let him
So
fucking
what I
play,
said
bro. Just
was
stop the
abnormal
fucking
has
discourse.
now come to
Let him
pass.
play.
Defenders are really suffering from how big
Top
this
floor
map
now,
is at the
DZ.
moment. And I say
The
that
next
because
ban comes through.
when
OXG
we
ban
watch
the
Lair at
Tachanka.
events, when
No
we
more
watch Lair
Tachanka
in
for DZ.
previous leagues,
No more
a lot of
Ram
the
for
fights seem to be
OXG.
isolated to
Interesting.
specific
Interesting.
parts
No more
of the
Ram is a
map.
thing.
The way that these two
Okay.
teams have approached it seems to be much broader.
Are you gonna watch South America League?
Right?
Probably
We are
not.
not seeing very isolated
We at
engagements.
most get
We are
top
seeing-
5
we are not seeing
EU,
the
not
attackers
top
pick
3.
apart and isolate defenders, and we're not seeing defenders
What do you
roam
mean?
to a point where they can be pinned down so easily. There seems to be quite a bit of reluctance here from the attackers to
EU?
engage early on. So what do?
G2.
Germany's
Oh.
Almost as if their team
They'll
vitality.
be all right. I
remains
mean,
low,
I
where
just
they drone
think
everything
that
900
region
times
just.
and then they execute knowing exactly where the
I don't
defenders
know.
are and aren't. And
They
both
play
teams are
amongst
doing it very
themselves.
effectively. Obviously, there are struggles. No teams are perfect.
Sir Lair in
And because
this.
this is the early part of the stage, there are mistakes that are being made. There's been some sloppy gunfights, but by and large, you're looking at two teams that are responding quite well to each other and taking the problems head on
Lair.
and problem solving as the rounds are going on. It's made for a very
We'll watch this
exciting
round and then we'll figure this out, chat. We'll figure this out
Top
today.
floor will be tried again by Dark Zero in round number 10. No
We'll
Tachanka to
watch
speak
this round
of
and we'll figure it
anymore,
out.
So this time we're gonna see
VP Falcons are the only two
some
teams.
more
I agree with
standard
that, but I
classic
do
lineup.
think
I've
Krex,
said
Wizard, and Stoppin' are all
previously we
really
had
good
the
pickups that will
Tachanka
make their
replace the
teams
Smoke.
better.
Now it's the Goyo
They are
replaces
rookies
Tachanka,
though, so
even though
unfortunately I don't know if they'll
Tachanka
make them like
replaced
if
the
they'll
Goyo
save
back
them.
when auction were on the defense,
But
so.
we'll see.
No matter what you do, there's going to be some smoke. There's going to be some fire. They'll have some answer to stall things out, but maybe not in the exact way that they would have wanted. Some roam clearing going down on this bottom floor. You
Make
just
sure to
talked
buck.
about
Oh, I'm gonna go
vitality
defense and
growth,
pick
Parker.
Tachanka,
There's nothing
so I can
to
actually
find
pick the
down
bomb
here.
site
It's
and like.
once again 5 defenders on the top floor from Dark Zero.
You got a
but
1v1
Gomez
PC
can't be
stomping
too
or
careful.
exploit?
He
What the
knows
fuck?
his role is
What?
to get below and to start causing some chaos.
The
with
the
this
results
skeleton
the
key, and
results of that have
if
wait.
he gets
Actually, they
flanked
haven't
at
moved
any
on
point in
PC. I
time,
guess
that
I don't
can
fucking
make
know.
things
1v1s are
pretty
pointless,
hard,
dog.
pretty difficult. So he's got to play it safe and sound, but there are no threats actively fighting him. Instead, the pressure will be up above.
Oh, so you get an operational wall.
First exothermic charge is used.
Looks like that's what they want to go for. Not interestingly, because you can look down the hallway. It's a good thermite charge to use. Oh no, they flip around the skinny penis. Okay. They're just doing that for a late round pressure down the hallway.
Forced on a very familiar
Backstab.
role, which is shield.
G2 will
So
make a major and do
OXG
nothing when they
banned
get there,
out
maybe.
only shield operators.
Well,
This
time will
we
tell.
don't
Time will
know.
tell. Maybe
Dark
EU
Zero
gets better
decides
off
the Yang
this.
and the Ram are too
Ooh,
much of a
K-charge?
problem.
K-trick? 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 Oh, the triple Thatcher was
Fascinating to see
good.
what Forrest does, because
Multi-Thatcher was good.
plays
Can he
these
throw it on the other wall, though? The other
semi-unconventional
mask wall.
operators.
Will he be able to?
He's got 6 kills to his name. He's second on the team behind Grixer.
Oh, they're going for a mask take.
Oxygen
Okay.
is one round
So they
away
just
from
get the hallway to
tying
make
the
sure no
match.
one can go on the hallway windows to
Forrest
shoot
has
from
been a
behind while
big
they go
part
for
of
the
that.
stake. Now they're going to try to plant on the
DZ
mask
kills
wall with
are
the Montaigne.
More spread out. Not
And we don't have
quite
Tachanka to
as
stop it anymore.
high and
Smoke
low
and Tachanka
as we
are
see on
down.
Oxygen. This round, by
We
the
have
way, has
1, 2
blown
C4s to
by
try to stop
Jesse.
with
We
this.
are
How are they
40
gonna play
seconds
this?
away from the
They
action.
usually the win con against us will
And
be
a
Vert,
victor
but
being
they,
crowned
DZ
in
have
round number
no
10.
underneath control.
Just as we said, no isolated
How are they gonna win
engagements
this?
right now. All
They
spread
drop
out,
Citizen underneath
attackers
so that he
taking
can go
their
fight the
time,
player underneath. Plant
defenders
starts
in
going
position
down.
to anticipate where the
C4
player's
maybe?
gonna come in,
C4?
and Forrest
C4? Oh, doesn't kill.
Forrest
Oh!
in hand,
They got it!
to smithereens.
Stop the plant one time. That's huge. That's the Montaigne down.
Nath eliminating Forrest.
Now it's all up to
Diffusers
Citizen. They have a drone on him.
surrounded,
They have a
and
drone on
someone
Citizen
from OXG will be
underneath.
forced
The
to retreat
1v1
to
underneath.
the
Citizen
left.
wins the 1v1. He can get make impacts. He can now shoot under the plant. DZ, perfect win condition play. Really good. Wow.
DZ
All right.
let Oxygen build up some
All right, all right,
momentum
all right.
and gave them hope, and then
see this.
immediately squash it after a timeout was taken by DZ. They settle things down and they go back to their winning ways. The gap that closed has grown once again, and DZ sits on match point.
I feel like Auction have had so many nice, fun, cool pushes today. They had the Sens push down on Bunk's briefing. They had the garage side push with Blackbeard down in the basement. That push just really didn't feel like it for me. It was so focused on the mask wall. The kill down below was fine. I mean, it didn't go the way of Oxygen.
Okay.
They really bet everything on just a Monty smoke plant.
Why is Tachanka so important on Lair? Because Lair's a map that of a lot of plant spots and a lot of skinny lanes. So the more you can Goyo smoke these off. Okay, we don't give a fuck about this area. Like,
I'm not sure. To me, it just felt
motherfuckers
like a
will have
little
this
bit of a
area. What does this
one-dimensional
stop?
push that didn't really have the oomph the last couple of strats from OXG have had. So, bit disappointing. The bright side is they don't have to go back to that bomb site until we head to overtime. So they can think about it until then. But game plan needs to be on these next couple of bomb sites. Can they find answers to the holes that DZ are putting up? Can you have some better pushes?
Fettuccine has a thought.
I mean, it was quite a rare
Because if
fumble
this is that,
from the
there's a
attackers, but again,
pixels.
it comes
Can
down to
these see it?
timing.
I don't think these can see it.
Problem with a team like Vitality when they existed and they would drone everything and then they would wait till the final 15 seconds and attack, or the problem as well with the 20-second meta when we were in it. And I know that I just said that, and about probably a sixth of the chat, their eyes just glazed over and just.
This is in here, so you can't plant here.
Moment from hearing it. But the problem with leaving so little time on the clock,
Like a
is
Osa?
quite obvious. If you stumble, there is
Oh,
not
but this
enough time
hatch,
for you
this
to
hatch is
recover.
fucking hard to
So
clear
you have
out.
to be thorough in your execute. OXG was not in that round. And that honestly
In front of the
goes to
pillar,
smart
maybe.
positioning from Dark Zero. With 25 seconds left
Because
on the clock,
this,
DZ
you just need to make sure like they're not in this room, in armory room.
Play against the read they had on OXG.
And then you need to make, you could ace this wall. You could ace this wall, right? Ace this wall instead.
And then you just wait for the rest
And
to trickle
then
on
this
in and
plant
punish them.
spot, in my
Keep
opinion,
you
might
away
be
from
better
them so they
than
can't beat you on
all the
kills.
other ones.
Dark Zero might not have to do that this time around as they pick off Gomez, who's
So
having
you go for the same kind of
At
take.
this point, no logic bombs on the table.
So you just
Whatever
make, you
pocket
just,
EMPs that
it kind of requires a lot of control.
Now holding on to that, so it looked like the can
That's a
opener
lot of
was
bodies though,
the
Justin. I don't know. I don't know if that works. Let's
Even
try to
worse.
watch this game though. Let's watch this
Lost
game.
your
Look at the
secondary
aircraft war
and
later.
Only hard breach on the side of OXG. That's going to be real tough with 90 seconds still left for Oxygen to try to pull off and execute.
Yeah, I mean, good start from Pamba, getting aggressive in that early round. He had a bit of a tough event down in Rio. 0.63 KD is the worst LAN event for Pamba.
Let's command from the player settings. Exclamation mark foresight.
Maybe it wasn't the event that he tried the hardest.
DZ, another anchor strat, bro. DZ love their fucking anchor strats. I don't have. Did we watch DZ play Eddie Roams at Reload?
Gomez means that those
Dude, they love the fucking late rounds, bro. I mean, they're a really good team for playing late rounds, though. I mean, I'm excited to see how they fucking play these. Especially like they've trained a fucking freak like Pamba to play late round. Like Jesus Christ.
Hiding in a corner, waiting until the moment to strike. They've got their own Citizen on the side of OXG, which is Grixer. Problem is
Citizen solo on the roam by himself. He's going fucking huge. Holy shit.
Get out of that position as he'll emerge from medical and now tear ass down the hallway with 40 seconds to go. He just needs to catch one player of OXG off guard. He seems to want to do that. Yaga eliminating spirits. Numbers go back to even with 30 seconds left.
Zakahi, no!
OXG struggling.
Yay! Citizen, yay!
Is punished by Citizen.
Remember, I'm rooting for
Now the
DZ
match
just because
scramble
Spirits is
for
on the
OXG
team.
will occur.
Oh,
Adam
holy
punishing
shit.
Endeavor only after
Oh, bad aim.
Forrest will drop, and it's all up to
2v1,
Adam
that's pretty
to
much
save the
GG's.
match
He still has to go
for
get the
his
case, and there's
team.
still Echo drones on him. It's
He's
fucking
come
GG's.
online, but
My
maybe a
opinion.
bit too late for OXG. This will be
Bro, he
their
looks so fun and so
last
active, dude. I love it, bro.
gasp at this round.
Oh, GG, Zakahi! GG, Zakahi!
DZ wins 2
GG,
in a row and
Zakahi.
they'll take it without needing overtime. Dark Zero emerging the big victory in their first match.
DZ with their 6th map win in a row.
Well, Zakahi, I hope he does. Kangaroo Kenny, please don't debrief like too fast. Let's fucking go, Zakahi.
One?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he won.
Aww. God.
Oh, he doesn't know me.
Like you were
Probably call me. He'll probably call me later.
last time I did.
Okay, because like my thought process, I wish there was a fucking faster way for me to get back up. My thought process is like, what just happened to my game? Holy shit. Anyways, my thought process is like, if you just ace this wall, which usually is reinforced, then you could technically stop. I mean, can angles from like over here stop it? No, you can't. Oh no, you can. God damn it. That's the doorway we're trying to stop. Let's see it from over here. Oh, that's kind of horse shit, actually. What about the pillar? The pillar should be better, no? At the where's the pillar? Is the pillar here? So like low key, if you ace this wall and you get bottom green, that corner side of pillar ain't that bad. Yeah, because they can't even go here because there's a guy right here. Right? If you have this breach open, maybe this one. This plant right here, not that bad, no? So, pillar is usually default. I don't see teams going for it, though. Like, I see people go for this shit. Like, this is the one that I see everyone go for. This is the point that I see, like, everyone and their moms go for. But there's people that can play, like, right here and fucking stop it. Like, this is the one that I see more people go for, usually. Yeah, the vert faces that way, that's the issue. Tom with the raid! What's up, Tom? What the fuck? Let's fucking go, Tom. I love you, brother. What piece of control is that? Is that just his gun room? I mean, this just looks like the most broken to me right now, because once you clear out this room, I mean, can this vert see it? Oh, yeah, I can. Never mind. Tuck beside bomb, like east of bomb. Well, like, this is just gonna see it regardless. This has a hatch above it. That's not worth even, like, thinking about. This is really default? I don't see teams doing it. Dude, fuck it, dude. Just plant right here. I don't fucking know. I don't know, chat. I really don't know. And I need a shit. Maybe this side is fucking vert fucking hell. What? Like, this is like the most promising plant spot so far. And like, it requires that you clear out gun. But like, if you ace that, like you ace this wall, and you have gun clear. Oh, this can still see you. Fuck, I have to get on the pillar like right here. Yeah, you have to like go in this part of the pillar. Or right here, maybe? This could be the plat spot. Your alpha, see it, man. No, because I can't see it yet. So this probably is the best plant spot. Because the pillar blocks you. Yeah, because if you have gun clear and you have that wall aced open, requires a lot of fucking bodies, though, I will not lie. But you just do a hallway clear, you flow down into this, getting this wall open, and then you get ready like a montane right here, and then he walks in, backward plant right here, and then, like, you can fight reasonably. Does this cover this doorway? Is anyone gonna be on this doorway? This technically stops the plant, but is anyone gonna be here, like, for real? Wow. And then you just need to make sure, like, no one drops this hatch. It goes for this kill right here. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's easy. You just rotate one guy. Okay, wait, that's not an unreasonable execute, I feel like. Shit, I think that's, like, not a bad execute for this site, no? Like, you take Skinny Penis Hall as you would have. Then you use everything humanly possible to flood this guy out of this breach. Your lurker is ace, okay? So you're gonna have an ace. Like, everyone else goes here. Low-key, it kind of relies on the lurk to work, but if it does work, it's a pretty strong strat. Right? So your lurker comes over here. Like, breaches this wall, and the most important thing is needs to breach this wall right here. This wall needs to get aced. Okay? Once you ace this wall, lurker just chills. Then you rotate a guy outside. 2 people green hall. No, there's too many bodies. Yeah, this is unrealistic. This is way unrealistic, actually, now that I think about it. Oh well, maybe someone will do it. Who knows? Maybe you just need to smoke this off. Maybe you, like, plant backwards plant like this. Or you Osa plant, maybe. Like, you put a fucking Osa shield out here. I don't fucking know. Too much thinking. Go watch this.
Absolutely. I mean,
I'm gonna go shit.
He was. I mean, every single game, you're never going to see Citizen at the bottom of the leaderboard, but he really showed up for his team today, specifically being able to be that entry in the site, you know, running back the clock a little bit and being the main player to get those kills. You wouldn't expect him to be the one, but he was really feeling it today, and I feel like Lair as a whole, because the way the map works, it's not necessarily one entry point. You have to position yourself around the map. So Citizen was put in these positions to execute, and when he has no worries on his shoulders, he just needs to shoot what's in front of him. I mean, he was one of the best, obviously, from his road from Na'Vi to G2 to coming to play for Sonics. Now, finally, he's developed so much of a player, and that's why he's so consistent. But when he's put in those positions where he has to show up, he always does for DZ, and that's why he's been a perfect slot in for Bolo's position.
It's 9 p.m.
Yeah, he flexes everything, he plays everything, and he still has great aim.
That's like gamer hours. What do you mean it's 9 p.m.? Anyways.
It's 9 p.m.
Okay, thank you so much for letting us know what time it is. But it also is time to have the interview because Nafe is ready from the side of DZ. So congratulations on your first Playday win here in the NAL. Reload, you know, you guys had a performance there when it comes to the takeaways from that event and what it's looked like behind the scenes in terms of learning from those mistakes. What has that been like?
I mean, yeah, Reload was, I think, seen as a success from our point of view. Obviously, it's our first event as a team, and obviously, like the way we looked at it as, no matter what the format was like, I mean, it was good experience from us, like to play officials before, like, you know, NAL starts and like the qualifiers to Saudi begin. So all around positive.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Nave. My question is more specifically for going up against an opponent like OXG. They have a lot of different characters, a lot of different play styles. They just rebuild their team. When you're going up against a team like this, you don't really have much footage. You only know to a certain extent how players play. How do you prepare for that? Are you going off of old OXG things? Are you just trying to hyperfixate on individual players? Do you just play your own game?
Yeah, for the most part, I think we've just played our own game. But I mean, obviously we scrimmed those guys before we went to reloads. We haven't scrimmed them since coming back. Obviously, like, you can pick up small tendencies, which can like correlate like throughout all maps. But no, I mean, as you said, like we weren't going to go back and look at the SI VOD from a completely different team. So we just played our own game.
For sure. Well, again, congratulations on the win. My question to you is obviously with this new ban phase and how it was implemented in Reload versus now, I mean, what's kind of been your biggest takeaways? I talked about this and you can reiterate it. I think that outside of you guys winning the game today, you guys also won it in that ban phase, and kind of what's the prep around that look like?
I mean, I won't go too deep into it because obviously we have our... There's like stuff I don't want to like go too deep into.
Sure.
But I mean, obviously, like I mean, you can like put it together. Obviously, like they banned 2 shields.
Yep.
We banned Warden. We're gonna abuse smokes and flashes. You know, like I think that's because that's what you got to pick your poison against Zach. So
no, you do.
Like if you want to ban your shields, like that, I mean, we experienced it from when he was on Beast Coast and like you know the team at SI. So yeah, I can imagine it's not fun against playing against us right now, but. I mean, yeah, I think that's it's just like the small, like it's just mind games playing with people, and like even if like a team, like even if you ban Warden for example, and they ban Glaz Ying, like you could like there's still 5 players you can flash,
right.
You know what I mean? So like for example, Warden's like an operator you just can't replace.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Whereas like the others, like you can.
You know, actually, I know Lax had a completely different question for you that he was too embarrassed to ask.
Well, I thought it was going to be Citizen, but I could have asked Nave.
He wanted to ask
I can forward the message.
Well,
yeah, you know, he wanted to ask about beans on toast
no,
and whether...
that's not what I was asking. There was a rumor going around. Kangaroo told you guys, you and Citizen specifically, if you won today, you were not only going to get a morning fry up, that you were also going to get beans on toast. So I was just curious if that, you know, was coming to fruition now.
Well, to everyone's surprise, I'm not a fan of beans. From a UK person, I'm not a fan of beans.
Welcome to America.
But you literally said you like beans.
I like beans on a tortilla.
For tomorrow breakfast as a celebratory. We say? Yeah, Ben likes a good bean. Me on the other hand, no.
Respect.
Not a big fan. Fry up though, full English without the beans.
Well, at least there's still some English in me. He hasn't fully been consumed by the NA mentality, so I respect it. But that's, especially the beans on toast thing. I have you on that one. I agree.
Well, thank you for your time, Nave. We're not going to take up too much. Congratulations, and good luck tomorrow for your games as well. Bye.
Thank you. See you later.
See ya. You know, beans on toast. That was a great Siege discussion.
What's a fry up?
What?
It's just their regular like breakfast. Like think of like a normal like American breakfast. You have eggs and like sausage or bacon. Like theirs is like eggs, bacon, tomatoes, beans.
What makes it so special in the UK?
Literally nothing. The fact probably they don't use seasoning. Either way. Oh, I can't believe I just said that. Element is also something that you guys have to keep your eyes out for because the signups are now open. And we had a little bit of discussion about it earlier today, but in case you are only just tuning in, the importance of Tier 2. I mean, again, you guys are now retired, washed, old pro players, but Tier 2 is still important.
Yeah, Tier 2 is very important. I mean, you can see the guy on the bottom left of the screen. I mean, Bay, he is now on wildcard. They've had the top 4 run at Reload. Obviously, he had his fair share of Element games. All of Envy came through Element. So obviously, it's very important for you to be able to develop your skills in the lower levels. And even if your team doesn't qualify in a Pro League or in the NAL, you still have the opportunity for other pro teams to be able to view you, maybe test you out, get a tryout.
Yeah, I mean, not just that. I mean, to go with what you just said in the end, I think in order to have a strong T1, you have to have a strong T2 in the grassroots, and that's where it really starts. And really to get your name out there, and Element is a great source for that. You get a feel of what competitive feels like, not only for yourself, but also to get that experience against T1. And then to maybe push yourself into the eyes of a T1 roster, because we've seen it many, many times over and over. You get picked up
just to be on T1 and get hated on by Lax, because he doesn't think
Absolutely.
it matters. You know, that's if you want to get hated on, make sure that you do that. Either way, we still have one more game left today because 2 teams have yet to play. It's going to be SSG, and they're going up against Cruelty. Both of these teams looking to prove that they've got what it takes, so make sure that you stick around for the final game of the NAL of today, and we'll be back shortly.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have your 5 favorite Siege pros all on one team? Well, I sure haven't. That's why this year I've created the Rainbow Six North America Fantasy League. Here's how it works. I've challenged 6 of my fellow broadcasters to assemble a unique roster of 5 players who will passively earn them fantasy points according to these statistics. Stats will be normalized to 15 rounds, and after 4 weeks of groups, one member of talent will be crowned the inaugural fantasy champion. Intero had the first overall pick, and predictably he chose Siege's biggest star of Spoit to be the bedrock of his team. Having the single best KD in Stage 1 last year and a top 3 KD in Stage 2, Spoit's expected to once again dominate the league with eye-popping stats on his new team, the Shopify Rebellion. Intero followed up that pick with veteran players Kansan and Gaveni before falling back to his roots and drafting the 2 Canadians in our league, Spirits and Canadian himself. Janiro got the second pick of the draft, and she went with the Manchester Major MVP, Gunnar, to lead her team. Gunnar has been reunited with 3 of his major winning teammates to once again go for a run and try to bring back another title to North America. Joining him under Janiro will be legendary anchor player NJR, newly minted astronaut Newers, 2-time Orcless land attender Adam, and the ever-consistent Rexon to round out a deadly-looking lineup for our fantasy league. Laxing has gone for the all-Hispanic lineup and has selected Skimzy as the 3rd overall choice. The brand new captain of Team Cruelty has only been with this team since December of last year, but has already been making waves playing with the team in the SI qualifiers, Element 4, and of course, the LATAM North Close qualifier to get to the NA League. Lax then selected Grixer, Ivan, Kobe Lax, and Eddie for a roster of underdogs that just might be spicy enough to cause some big upsets. With the 4th overall pick, Lynx snagged Surf from Shopify Rebellion. Surf's been riding a dominant wave of strong stats recently, most notably in Montreal, where he put up a ridiculous 1.47 KDR for the best statistics that an NA player has gotten at an international event in over a year. Lynx went all out on fraggers, filling out the team with Pambazoo, Benja, Snake, and Diffuser to build a roster stacked to the max with firepower and individual skill. But Foxay wouldn't be so fortunate, and he couldn't make the draft, so he had to pick from the scraps after everybody else picked and get a little bit more resourceful when he was building his team. Fox ended up building around some solid supports including Hot and Cold, Faults, and his former anchor player of Dream. Pairing them up with J90 and Silent, Fox has made a roster that was overlooked by the other drafters, but with loads of experience and game sense on this team, Fox still has built a roster that could end up claiming that top spot. And with the last first-round pick, XR Troika selected the 3rd Shopify Rebellion member in our draft and selected Ambi to start his team. The youngest player at the last 2-6 Invitational, Ambi pairs some of the best aim in the entire world with a drive and commitment to the game that you can only get from players that are still early in their careers. X then picked with the alphabet for the rest of the draft, taking Baby Shark 2nd, Citizen 3rd, Dash 4th, and Epic to round off a balanced roster. And so those are our teams for the first week. We'll be back ahead of Playday 3 to see how these rosters compare and check if anyone will shake things up by swapping out any other players.
Into the level 1v1, the close up for the ball, win, saves and
always say, it's not the destination, it's the journey.
And the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And you know what?
They're right.
Welcome back to the NAL, where teams are now actually refusing to have beans because apparently that's not great. But you know what? We have one more game left today. SSG going up against Cruelty. And after that, we would have seen every single team play, which gives us like a little bit of VOD, a little bit of insight. But SSG, Cruelty, I think for SSG, when we're looking at how they've done at Reload, it wasn't what we expected. And then Cruelty, I mean, they're looking to make a mark and just like prove themselves.
Yeah, I mean, SSG in particular, I've doubted every single roster move that they've made, and especially in the most recent one, don't get me wrong, them picking up Newers, it makes sense. He's a strong player. Why wouldn't you want Newers on your team? But losing a player like Forrest, it then makes me question that team in terms of who's going to play the shields, who's going to get into the nitty and gritty of things, and that is exactly what Forrest was doing. Now it's a question of who's going to do that?
And that question is going to be answered today because the roster that we have from the side of SSG, I mean, like we said, there are questions around it here, Foxay, but in general, they're going to perform, right?
I mean, you'd hope so, especially against Cruelty. It's obviously SSG's game to lose, but at the end of the day, with picking up Newers, the ideology that I believed in was hopefully SSG, like, gets Newers on their level and not that the whole team has to accommodate Newers, because Newers needs to be developed into the playstyle, into the mentality to be able to succeed with SSG. And obviously in Reload, we saw it. They even said the team was trying to build themselves around Newers. They weren't necessarily worried about getting him situated, but them situated with him. And of course, he's an amazing talent, and he performed exceptionally well at Reload, but the rest of the players on the team struggled because of the uncomfortability of them being put into different situations.
And we talk about versatility, and I don't think this is a roster necessarily in terms of versatility speaks that into existence, because where we've seen Ashen time and time again, he's always popping off. He's always been such a big performer for SSG, but in Reload, we saw him pivot onto that shield role, and I can tell you it was not a pretty sight. So I hope they learn from that, and we are not going to see him on the shield.
Yeah, I mean, we're even hearing it from the coach specifically, the fact that, you know, they have adjusted their system to Newers, and it was a failure when it came to Reload. So they're looking to overhaul everything, which then to me brings the question, like, has there been enough time? Are they going to be able to do that?
I mean, I'd say for Reload standards, there wasn't enough time, but now there surely has to be. They tried something, trial and error. It doesn't work. If any team is going to fix and correct mistakes, it will be SSG, because they have a very strict regimen, a very strict system. And when it comes to outside of the server, Newers has assimilated with the team very well. He's working out with them, doing everything. Yeah, everything that SSG is known about, everything that they're known to love, he's doing it. He's a part of the system. So I can see the effort there. I can see the potential. They just need to be able to figure out the roles around him, and hopefully they've had enough time to do that.
Yeah, and what a way to start it off as well by going up against Cruelty. I mean, when we're looking at Cruelty, it is a roster that, you know, it has promise.
Yeah, that promise, I mean, I like that you kind of say that with like a lingering question mark, promise, because I think it's definitely true. I mean, you know, back in the day, I've scrimmed these guys, I played against Skimzy and scrims, and realistically, the MXPL teams, there wasn't a lot of hope, there wasn't a lot to gain from playing these teams, and to even see where they were matched up internationally, it wasn't great. But again, they did crawl through the Challenger Series, they are here, they clearly have put in the work to make it. Now it's just a matter of, like I said, indoctrinating an NA sort of play style, maybe take something also from Brazil, keep their MXPL style a little, you know, just bouncing it around, being able to change play styles when it's needed. But that comes up starting today against SSG, which to me, that's going to be a strong opponent to be able to try to do that against, because sure, they might be used to that aggressive play style that they win against in Brazil and in their own league, but SSG does it even better in a more fundamental sense, but that also is kind of their crutch on that back end.
Yeah, for Cruelty, in my regard, in my opinion, with them specifically, is they have a very big ego, and I feel like that could bite them. Hopefully they come into this obviously being confident. You have to be confident at the end of the day, but the general consensus with the MXPL teams is because they scrim the NA teams, they're constantly going back and forth in the scrims, and they have they have a lot of confidence built up on that, but scrims aren't necessarily the end-all be-all. And when it comes to the server, I hope that the confidence isn't overconfidence.
Yeah, we have the map feed already as well, which is going to allow us to actually pinpoint where exactly this best of one is going to be taking place. So far today, we've seen a little bit of a combination of, standard maps or maps that do give you a lot more space. So when it comes to this, when it comes to SSG, a team that we've already seen competing at Reload, it also gives Cruelty a little bit of a maybe leg up.
So far, the team that is favored has been running through the map bans. It hasn't really been an even playing field for the underdog team in any of the series. But right now, going to Cafe, I would say this is the most equally balanced map for both teams, just because there are a lot of unpredictabilities. It's such a small map that the tides could turn at any single moment, because sometimes you can just lose based off time, off of not clearing enough. And SSG, when we saw them in Reload, yes, Newers was entering, but Ashen was struggling, falling far behind. So obviously, if they can figure out those issues, have the double entry duo be able to access the map with enough time, go for those executes, I think SSG will be fine.
Yeah, and Cafe is a very linear map. So for a map like Cruelty, I mean, you're starting on the attack here. You're putting SSG kind of in this driver's seat. They're very comfortable on Cafe. Historically, Cafe has been a decent map for SSG. But for Cruelty, the biggest thing I want to look at, are they going to utilize the shield player? Are they going to push into those initial entry points and being able to force SSG out of these positions? Because that's something that SSG is going to be meeting you at the forefront here. They are going to be in your face. They are going to be making sure you are not going to be finding your stride, pushing into the site. So you're really going to have to work for that control on all floors of the map. So for me, again, Cruelty, I really want to see what the ban phase looks like, but also to see how they perform as a team, being able to take that control and then work that into the mid to late round.
This could potentially be the most equal match that we've seen today, but I'm still going to have to ask both of you to throw a prediction.
Still SSG, I mean,
All right.
until Cruelty proves us otherwise.
Yeah, it's either going to be Cruelty or Cruelty, so for that alone, I'm just going to pick SSG.
Aw, you're making jokes. Cute. Either way, we're ready to be heading over to our final game of today here at the NAL. Cruelty going up against SSG, and we have our lovely casters in Taro and Jesse that are going to be putting you through it.
Thank you so much, Janiro. And honestly, it's been great watching the three of you in action. It's nice to work with you all again. It's been quite a while since we did the NA League, and I think today maybe hasn't lived up to as competitive a billing it could have, but it's still been a good look at all of these teams. Now the question, Jesse, is what to expect from Team Cruelty. I think it is fair to say that they are going to be the story of this match. They come in from a region that is widely regarded as being a little bit below the main quote-unquote regions across the globe. Cruelty has stood out in the past, but how are they going to match up against one of the more notable and experienced North American teams in Space Station?
Well, it'll be a tough task ahead of them, Parker, but as the first ever fully Mexican team to be competing in the North American League with other US and Canadian teams, I'm sure they will be up to the task. We'll get straight into the bans here on Cafe Dostoyevsky with an immediate zombie ban at Rio that was most commonly paired up with Castle, but we saw Mira sometimes, we saw Mute sometimes, and yeah, okay, it'll be Clash, of course, not available in the previous tournaments. Some kind words from Ashen, a player probably most famously known for his trash talk. Encouraging at the very least at the start of this game up against Team Cruelty. Okay. I shouldn't speak before I let them.
You can't say that. You can't say that. Not allowed to say that word on television, so.
Oh, brother. We're in for a fun game, Parker.
It's always fun with Space Station. You know, they do lately. They've been doing more of their talking in chat than in the server. So, I mean, at least we know in which direction it's starting off. Team Cruelty come in with, you know, their hands full. And I will say, callouts transparency regarding the way that the team played, specifically around Newers, that was noted on the desk, is very refreshing. Callout has always been somebody who I've really appreciated his candor, and I've really appreciated his honesty. Fabian as well. Some coaches are notoriously guarded. Others believe in letting it hang. And I gotta say, like, Callout has always been very honest about his team. And I think that if they struggle against Cruelty,
And we're back! We're with Cruelty versus SSG, guys. The first and only Mexican team to join North American Pro League. A lot of teams, a lot of people thought they don't deserve a spot here. They got a handout spot essentially because they were guaranteed. One Mexican team was guaranteed entry into Pro League from the Mexico League. A lot of people think this is an inferior region because they don't do well in like T2 NA. But we'll see, chat. We'll see today if Cruelty belongs or not. I think they're the best Mexican team. I think they are. They make every major from Mexico in the Mexico League. But can they compete in North America? Ashen almost goes down to Pyrox in the window.
A lot of it just comes down to
it's like a kill on the C1 player type of strat. Not gonna work out. Doc gets him. Ivan's lurked in below. Pillar.
Who watched the North America League last year and say how many Team Cruelty matches?
What's the over-under on the round?
Most of them would probably say none.
Pyrox, my favorite Chinese Mexican. Let's fucking go, Pyrox. He's Chinese. He's one of me. I'm a Pyrox fan. Everyone else, Ivan's good. I know Ivan's good, but for the most part, I don't know. Like, at least from my predictions, we'll see. I guess this match will show us whether or not they have the potential to be good or not. Here comes Ivan with the lurk. Sees up white stairs. Gonna get an easy refrag on a Fultz right here. Yep, pretty easy refrag.
You probably don't know about Team Cruelty, but hey.
Another player walking down white now. Matumbo ready to support him.
For yet another on white stairs. The upside down repel from Matumbo is there too.
Firing off stacks. Will it catch Benjamaster? He has to swing out. Gets one. Gonna burn alive to the other. Ooh, get him. That was not a bad clear by a Cruelty. That was not a bad clear on the top white player by Cruelty. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. Has SR played? Yes, the SR has played already. They won.
Thought that maybe SSG's gonna walk away with several flawless rounds. That's not the case. Newers and Ashen last two alive with 40 seconds left, Jesse.
Yeah, good positioning
though.
Oh
my god.
Oh!
Hold on!
Loses it anyways. Good try.
Oh!
Newers now a 1v1 up against Matumbo.
Hold on, is Cruelty gonna get around? First round going to Cruelty or what? They got 2 cams on him. They got so many cams on him. Is he gonna pick him up?
I think this is the right read, but they're being spam pinged through the wall. Newers gives his position away, and now the Capitao and Matumbo crouch next to that soft wall. Could he swing? Newers doesn't know where he is.
Run by. Oh, good sprint. Good fake. Good fake out. Boom! Makes him freak out. Are there levels to this shit or is there not levels to this shit, chat? Are there levels or are there not levels? Time to see, chat. Time to see. Time to see.
But a victory.
Time to see.
Space Station takes round number 1.
Yeah, again, I mean, in the 1v1, obviously anybody can win, anything can happen, but the intel advantage massively favoring Newers. Constant red pings on both the downed player who probably couldn't have ever gotten picked up there and the player that was still up in Matumbo. Matumbo did his best to try to sprint in, but he guessed wrong on where Newers was. Didn't see him cross, and then out with the bailiff was absolutely the right decision coming out from Newers. Give some credit to Fultz as well in that round. He was the guy that was on the bulletproof camera, was giving those callouts, was giving those pings, told Newers how to play that situation, or at least gave him the information so that Newers could make that call on his own. Really important. That sometimes gets overlooked, but the information that comes out from that bulletproof camera also vital in that round. It was nearly a team ace, but with Newers getting 2, it will be SSG still up 1-0 after the first round.
10 seconds left.
Good stuff from Team Cruelty.
Oh!
Get active. Pyro and Skimzy kept off of the score sheet. That's tough when they're in back bar. It's tough when you're with a Maestro because, I mean, he's just got an endless amount of bullets, but then he's also got the bailiff close range. Terrific operator that we don't really see all that much of these days. He has his uses, but there's just so many counters at this point. Gone are the days of him being so omnipresent where he would, you couldn't get rid of those evil eye cams unless you brought explosives, which is when half the gadgets in the game felt like they
I haven't Itriad. Holy shit. Fast off-road take. There's a guy ratting underneath red window.
You had to bring a Zofia.
Oh, Ashen.
Bring grenades.
Will Ashen get a pick from here?
Locked in as an
they know he's fucking here?
And I mean,
he's playing like he knows he's there.
But I think it really did help the overall health of the game because
Ivan's already in. Is he gonna track him? Who's he gonna track? He's gonna track the Rooney? Who are we tracking here? They have the cut. Oh, that's a good cut on the white stairs. Not a bad cut at all.
Good spot, but obviously
Ashen hops out, runs away. Now they fall back to a horizontal layer. Remember? Coat, whiskey, VIP.
Ashen,
All horizontal layer
rotate
spots
outside
that don't
shot
have
window,
vert spots above them.
make it
Don't
down
have
the
soft
red
floor above them. They
stairs.
can play
He gets
these in
back to the bottom
perpetuity.
floor very
Type
safely.
sure duh. Type sure
Don't
duh.
just
Type
standard,
sure duh. You know what I'm saying? Type sure
situation
duh.
in Siege where the attacking team will have the full top 2 floors. They're going to be going for a freezer execute most likely. You'll sometimes see teams go full top down into bakery. It's actually becoming a little bit more popular recently, so that's an option for Cruelty, but I'm looking at the Ram, I'm looking at the Buck. It does feel like it might be a just straight top down through freezer, which is what you would expect. Watch out for these Goyo cannons.
Sure duh. Sure duh. Sure duh. Sure duh, Chad. 很好。没错, Chad. 没错.
Fault's currently playing behind Whiskey Bar. With
Going for a wide side execute. Looks like have to get the castles open, then pop the Goyos. Hopefully have enough time left to go for this double vert and drop down into the plant on the bomb on the bunker.
But it's not an easy puzzle just because they have the
Silly Glop, what's up, dude?
You can see a great overview here.
Bolt's playing the smoke.
An easy drop down execute.
Whiskey Bar.
To see what Matumbo gets up to.
Gonna be their primary first line of defense against the plant going down.
Could be that kind of side.
What kind of push are they gonna go for now? Track the castle. Is that the guy in VIP? They're gonna go for a kill on VIP guy maybe with Brown. Yeah, they're gonna double up a kill VIP. Ashen does the perfect response to it by sitting underneath Brown stairs right here. Wow, what a shot, Ashen! Holy shit! What a fucking shot! Does Castle win this? Yep, absolutely. Not a chance from Cruelty. Bombs in sight though. Drop the hatch. Could start baiting the plan out. I think it's the right play now. Is the never mind. He just died. Oh shit. Oh shit. Fatal. Oh shit, dude. Look how fucking freaky he plays, bro. Look how freaky these fucking Mexican players play, bro. He went for a knife on him. Dude, these players play like fucking maniacs, bro. Holy shit.
Business as usual, 2 rounds in a row for SSG, and boy, oh boy, I will say, SSG are winning, but there's some sloppiness here, and I do wonder if they're not paying their opponents the respect that they deserve.
Yeah, maybe, but I think that second round was a lot cleaner than the first. I think it's fair to say as well that the Ashen we saw down in Rio has been left in Rio, and we are back to the good old-fashioned Ashen that SSG fans will be used to, of course, in the trash talk, but also in the opening engagements. 2 for 2 on opening picks so far through Cafe. Through the entirety of the Reload event down in Brazil, Ashen didn't find a single opening pick on attack or on defense.
Free Uzi, free my boy Uzi. Nah, he did nothing wrong. Free my boy Uzi, did nothing wrong, bro. Holy fucking shit.
Very clear illustration of how the SSG system has changed to better allow Ashen to do what he does best.
What was SSG? What do you mean, what was SSG?
Ashen and
SSG was nothing. This is just SSG, bro. This is like one of the best teams in the NA.
I
think so synergistic right now. SSG looks fantastic. DZ looked fantastic. MD looked fantastic. Dare I say, Wildcard and C9 looked fantastic at Reload. At least I thought they did. They looked pretty good on some games. I don't know if they have a unique enough identity to like outcompete their niche in the league, but
we don't talk about that much these
what I mean by that, like, typically if you play like another team but you're the worst version of that team, you're not going to do well in the league because that team dominates that niche archetype of team. Other teams will be able to prepare for that team and do worse against them, but then infinitely counter you out because you play like them. That's how old Wildcard used to play. Old Wildcard used to play like budget DZ, and that's why they would never make anything, while DZ would make every single event. So yeah.
It's funny because there seems to be very little content.
You say this every time. I say what every time? I say a lot of things every time. I got a lot of new viewers, bro. Got a lot of new viewers. I gotta repeat things for a lot of new viewers, bro. Siege is hard to understand, bro.
Did you happen to see the Benja content that got put out like a couple days ago by SSG?
Palace call it when it's a stack. Well, a lot of people call it stacks. I call it stacks.
So no, I did not.
They've got basically Benja and then a couple
Montaigne for clearing out the top floor. Ging and Blitzban against Cruelty reasonable because they are such a fucking blazing fast team. Holy shit! Look at the ADHD on these motherfuckers, bro. Holy shit.
I like it.
Like, there's too many keyboard inputs for Pyrox. He had a perfect yellow ping on that guy. He had a perfect yellow ping on that guy, and he could have just fucking, like, pre-fired him like a normal person, but he fucking jiggled him 700 quintillion times and insta-died.
I mean, not that I'm going to speak for all Danes,
holy fuck.
But most of the Danes I've met are quite bashful. They don't want to be the star of the show.
And it looks good, then they get their backs blown out. Well, yeah, because Brazil's better. I'm not saying Brazil, they're not the best region, bro.
Here in round number 3. So far,
like, are you stupid as fuck?
To win a round, but we are still early days here.
You stupid as fuck, Myri?
Cruelty swept around towards pillars.
Everyone gets their backs blown out by Brazil because Brazil's the best region. I'm just saying, the roster moves made by NA and or Europe right now were good roster moves.
Intact. Final minute of round number 3.
Like, is that the wrong thing to say? If fucking tomorrow Indiana Pacers got Steph Curry, when I say, oh, you know what, Pacers made a shitty roster move.
But Tumbo is in a plant spot though, and there's only impact to really stop this unless somebody goes above.
It's entirely possible.
Oh, Planto?
Diffuser does go down. Fatal dies for it. Newers is dropped. Benja falters as well. And the shield is still upright from Team Cruelty, which will be a difference in keeping.
Oh, they have a good postie here. This is an easy win for Team Cruelty. Or at least it should be an easy win for Team Cruelty. It should be.
In that position. The Diffuser might be in a spot where only the Ashe can deal with it.
What makes Brazil so good? They are the most innovative in terms of strategy. And they have the best grasp on how to play contacts and refrag with each other. Just saying you look good every time, but then the stage they look like dog shit. I never said they look good every single time.
Now too late for SSG to persevere. Cruelty will win no matter what happens.
This is like the first time I've objectively looked at NA, like not in a way that just hypes up my friends. You're saying when I hype up my friends, I say that NA looks good? Alright, I guess I can't hype up my friends. Not allowed. You know, just because I won a fucking major with NA. I can't be biased anymore. I know. I can't be happy when M80 win games. I can't be happy when any M80 win games.
To be able to see him finally step up, have a big moment here at the biggest league in North America, it's nice to see.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
I understand that fandom plays a part, and
I also like what region is this guy from to be saying shit like that? Like, are you from EU? Is that why you're so bitter because your region hasn't done shit for the last 2 years? Where are you from, Myri6? Where are you from? Let's find hints about where you're from. Never mind, there's no hints about you. You're a ghost. Tell me where you're from, Myri. Tell me where you're from. Are you from Brazil? You're from NA. So you're just like... You're like the bitter fan. You're just the bitter fan. You're like a fucking... You're like a Detroit, like, Pistons fan or something. I don't know. And you're just fucking there, like, wallowing in your own shit. You're like a Tottenham fan that doesn't believe in Tottenham. Like, you're just bitter. I'm here rooting for my home country. Root for your fucking home country, man. What, you have nothing going on in your sad, pathetic life? That you have to root against your own home country? Who cares if NA sucks at every event, bro? I'm still gonna fucking hype them up every event. My fucking boys! These are my people! I don't see you rooting for Korea. Alright, bro. Alright, bro.
They've already had some good looks here against Space Station.
Okay, well, I mean, just...
Oh! For a second finds it. What an incredible two-piece for him.
You know, I'm glad they won a round, but then they get triple cleared by fucking a single roamer. They had 3 people hunting this guy with live info on him, and they still fucking lost to it. Jesus fucking Christ.
He's not been a big fragging player.
I don't think no, my best friend's a Tottenham fan, and he's a real Tottenham fan. Pro League team, by the way. Ashton's shit talking. Oh no. Cag on top. See, like,
old man world champion.
This guy knows what's up. Why did that guy put his shield on his back? What are you doing?
What are you doing? Why would you attempt that play? What is the thinking there, Matumbo? That's all up to Pyro now in a 1v4.
What is that guy doing?
Says what needs to be said after getting a quad kill. 1v4.
What is that guy doing?
One round on the board, but this has been a devastating
Bro, what the fuck? I don't even want to watch the rest of the round. My best friend's at Tottenham. Okay. Alright, bro.
They've already had some good looks here against Space Station.
I'm glad they won a round, but then they get triple cleared by fucking a single. This guy knows what's up. Why did that guy put his shield on his back? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
He's got fucking 1v.
At this point, but
4v1, 5v1 on a roam clear.
nice. They were a little bit closer together.
5v1 on a roam clear. They can't kill one fucking person because they don't know how to 3-2-1.
I do think the Blackbeard
All they have to do is 3-2-1, and at least they trade him out with one person.
taking down the shield to
5v1.
so long to ADS on Blackbeard.
5v1 on this roam clear, and they can't kill one person. 5v1 with active info on this guy, and they can't kill one person.
They can't dwell on them. They'll take their tactical timeout.
They have info on this guy, right?
Something back, try to get more into this game. Only down at the moment, I believe, what, 4-1? So this is still comebackable, but they need to stay out of their own heads. Something that Des talked a little bit about was the mentality on this team, right? Sometimes they can be confident, but perhaps overconfident. And then if that confidence gets shattered on game day, as it somewhat is at the moment, things can kind of
5 people
Cruelty. They need to avoid that.
sent to clear
That's what this time
Bolts
I believe the
with
score is 3-1, if memory serves correctly.
Is it 3-1? I can't count. Math major, sorry.
a solo roamer with full info
About this particular situation.
on him.
They did not actively drone him once. He was in that position. They droned him at the beginning, which is how the Nook even knew that there was somebody around that area. But then after that, they all just gave him 1v1 engagements. The previous map we saw on Lair with DZ versus OXG, we talked about isolation.
Iran, no, that's a fake. Is this a real Iran military?
Or for attackers and how you go about dealing with them.
That's the real fucking Iran military tweeting out. We got people tweeting out fucking war updates, guys. Holy shit.
One of the age-old strategies that we have seen since, oh my goodness, what was that? What was that?
Holy fucking shit, that's crazy. Well, more spawn peaks from SSG. I mean, they're just gonna get disrespectful now. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know.
Pug team and almost lost, and it was
Iran got bombed from Israel. Uh-oh. Oh, spawn peak works, of course, because when you have people trying to run into the building, every spawn peak's gonna work.
The spawn peaks that SSG is pulling off on Team Cruelty is just
they got him though.
Frustration.
There goes Ashen.
On the side of Team Cruelty is only going to continue to grow. Pyrox gets that kill, and well, it's good to equalize it, but Ashen has been playing like a maniac so far. But my point is that basically, when you're newer, you kind of need to play like you don't have a brain. We have seen this consistently. You just get aggressive, just go for fights, go for engagements. You don't even need to necessarily drone things out. Just run in and go for kills, and it can catch your opponent flat-footed. The problem is Space Station was born in those circumstances. They were molded by it, shaped by it.
Well, no, it's just bad siege.
If they so choose. And that's a problem for Team Cruelty.
That's Ashen's 4th opening pick in 5 rounds for those.
4 opening picks in 5 rounds? Wait, no, there's only 4 rounds. Oh, wait, no, it is the 5th round. Holy fucking shit, Ashen. Jesus.
Just like last time we were on this site, SSG not looking to contest the top couple of floors. I guess after Ashen goes down, still a 4v4. They feel a little bit better about holding that anchor position because they got the pick onto the ramp. It's only really going to be the Buck left up for soft breach, and Buck can still do a lot of soft breach, but this is
okay, they have full top control. He's just straight up dropping in a sight. Are we just going? Are we just going?
This might catch someone off guard. I don't hate it as a
Was he going off the like surprise factor? What did he do this for?
You know when I said you can't?
They're not even ready to plant the bomb yet. Is he just doing this to get a pick?
This just might be
it might work.
Proves me wrong. This is such
oh my god, it works. Nope, it didn't work.
Decision by Ivan. It works for one, but that's all he's gonna get because Fultz shuts him down. But I mean,
this guy's stuck in Harry Potter. Holy shit! And the guy baked Harry Potter. Where's the third guy?
Just something else. Kudos to Ivan for pulling it off, but
did he not pop the fucking thing on the window?
It's something where if it works, we call it brilliant.
Can he pop the fucking thing on the fire gas on the window?
Fultz has been shut down. He's having a great game. 8 kills through 5.
Skimsy has to kill Benjamin Master, or else they can't get to the plant spot. I don't believe. Holy shit! Cruelty might do it.
Last one left. He's watched his teammate die. Trying to control the recoil on that.
Benja 1v3.
That 416 is really quite a heady task.
Oh, Cruelty get another. Hey, I mean, they've gotten the same amount of rounds that the other two teams that got 7-2 got. Flip game, what's up? Enjoy the ads. Appreciate you, man.
Position away, get a single pick, and then, well, the jig would have been up. Team Cruelty wins their second round.
Okay, say what you want about the hot drop from Ivan. It got a pick, and it also distracted. It pulled a lot of the attention from SSG.
No, it worked. Yeah, the hot drop worked. They got one pick.
Side of the map. The last time Cruelty attacked that site, they went all in on the freezer drop. That was the whole strategy. So when somebody dropped freezer early, caught them off guard, and then was in their bomb site, I think the natural reaction from SSG is, oh, there's a guy in our site. They must already have like fully dropped freezer. They must
Bad aim, mentioned. Bad aim, maybe.
Already outside of the freezer. And I think SSG might have gotten a little bit pulled away on their focus. In reality, everybody from Team Cruelty had flexed over to Bakery. All three players were on that side of the map and were pushing a complete opposite direction.
Are you gonna play in there, Fett? No, I'm not gonna fucking play in there, bro. I already coached it there and I won everything. I'm fucking out.
Go back and look at Bakery. I think was key.
I won what I wanted to win. I lost motivation. I started PhD and I'm out. Just like that.
It's that ability to manage what your opponent is looking at that the best teams in the world can really excel at. And I don't know if it's something that Cruelty have mastered at this point.
The GOAT for a reason? No, I'm not the GOAT. No, nowhere near the GOAT. I suck. I got one chip, though.
Talked a little bit about expectations for these teams.
Getting a PhD young, always going to be better than older? Well, yeah. That is how that works. Me, you are, dude. I appreciate that, man.
A very experienced and well-known team. They go up against
T4? Oh, almost had it.
Where are the expectations there? Got the Rebellion win. M80 goes up against Envy. Same story. What are the expectations there? M80 wins. And that's exactly what happens. You kind of subverted expectations a bit with the C9 wildcard game, but then things went back to normal with DZ versus OXG, and now I think the same thing is here with SSG and Cruelty. The assumption is that SSG should walk away with a victory just based on their abilities. Cruelty is hoping to throw a spanner in the works so far through this first half.
What's out of this mining? I feel like my chat just answered that in a reverse, bro. What the fuck? Have a good stream and go sleep. Good night, bro.
4-1 halves. We saw 5
good night, bro.
So far today in terms of competitiveness. Cruelty, if they win this round, it will be the most competitive first half we had all day. And to their credit, I think they can pull it off. They start by eliminating the Fenrir Benjamaster. Fatal on the board first. Cruelty pulling off these upside down.
Oh my god, wait, hold on. Cruelty have it. This is a good push. This is a Beast Coast push. They have the guy in the window halfway across the map. This is a Beast Coast push. I support this. They have the guy on fucking white side holding the cut down the fucking 90 hallway.
Equalize the numbers back to a 3v3. Newers and Ashen have lost a lot of HP, so in terms of the
holy shit. Cruelty might be there might be levels of this, but not in the way we thought. Cruelty might be levels ahead of SSG.
He'll be a tough operator to challenge in a 1v1, barring, of course, a misplay from Pyrox, who now fires away towards that diffuser. He's got SSG scared to run out, but Fatal greets them. Ashen hops on to counter defuse, but he's washed away by Skimzy.
Oh shit! Cruelty are in it to win it. Thank you for the get the sub. Lion, or thank you for the sub, Lion Warrior, half a month. Yeah, half a year, bro. Half a year. Happy year, bro.
Day of the North America League. Welcome to the NAL, Cruelty. They have drawn even with Space Station through 6 rounds.
And on the attack, I mean, you've got to say that favors Cruelty. SSG may be a bit more mentally resilient, but I'm not even so sure after Rio. This is a brilliant spot to be for the MX team. Team Cruelty, I will say as well, a great execute. Jumping in on the mining and bomb site, getting that diffuse kit down. They got an opening pick for the first time. They followed it up with a second pick to make it a 5-3 advantage. And then, you know, you're going into a post plant up against a glass. That's never going to be easy for you. They had to do some kind of an aggressive play, a jump out, a run out, something to make that winnable on the side of SSG. And Newers went for it. I think Newers made the right
decision. What did SSG replace Forrest with? Newers, yeah.
He had to do something, but it was
he left. He did not leave. He fucking got traded.
That was gonna happen.
Forrest got traded for Newers. It's a pro league trade. Let's go Mexico. See, this guy's fucking showing out for his region. That's what I'm talking about. The regional fucking rivalry, bro. Mexico versus USA. Mexico might be the greatest.
I don't know. I mean, I try to maintain no bias here. So
It's supposed to be tough if you quit your Siege career or do Pizza Hut delivery. Dude, I know. It took me so long to get that joke. I was like, when did I ever mention Pizza Hut delivery? And then I'm like, oh my god, PhD stands for Pizza Hut delivery. Holy shit.
In most matches, there's a good story.
I know, bro.
For both teams.
I just something about Pizza Hut, man, just really gets me fucking going. Often the trades happen. I feel like they happen a lot more on the Siege X build for some reason. Spawn peaks from Cruelty now, though. Will it work out?
We're not casting for the story. We're casting for glory.
Oh, they're spawn peaking every window.
And, I mean,
dude, they're still fighting it. Oh my god.
SSG right now. What SSG did to them, which is playing
using the echoes
with the spawn peaks. SSG has walked away.
Oh my god, they're getting shit on though. They're getting cranked off every single one.
And Pyrox realizes maybe I should not be the third person on my
They
team.
spawn peek every window and got shut the fuck down.
SSG has made this a 5v3 with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, all because Cruelty challenged on early engagements through spawn peaks and lost.
Something about the word ego was thrown around on the desk, and I mean,
no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, they were feeling a little confident coming into the second half. You go for a couple spawn peaks, and it gets shut down pretty quick.
Oh my god, he's sitting outside in spawn. This guy's sitting outside in spawn because he knows.
I don't hate this. Again, once things start going bad, you got to start taking more.
Wow.
Still loses the fight to Ash.
Wow.
There's gonna be some typing after this round, Parker. That's my prediction. Ashen feeling himself, and after such a disrespectful defense round from Team Cruelty, they like to see.
Yeah, Ashley was sitting in spawn for so long because he knew the guy would go for that. Like I'm telling you, they don't stop peeking outside the building. This entire round's gonna happen with not a single attacker inside the building. Not a single kill will happen from an attacker inside the building. That entire round just happened with not an entire with
another upside down repel. Something.
Every attacker kill that happened that round happened outside the building in the first minute of the round.
To the second half
was that?
SSG. And again, as close as this match has gotten, you have to ask the question, is SSG playing to their full potential? It seems a bit, dare I say it, cruel to ask that question. But we have heard from teams in the past that when they are playing up against opponents that they deem to be weaker than them, some teams will not play to their full potential, and frankly, why bother? Why try your hardest and maybe use strats and all that jazz that you might want to hide when you don't necessarily need to if you think that your opponents are not worthy of it? These weren't even spawn peaks. These were just...
Bye for thinking this up, Joe. I appreciate it, man.
And getting picked off. Those were... I can defend spawn peaks going the wrong way, but honestly, like, what was that?
It's so weird in this game because I don't think SSG, like maybe they've been spawn peeking more than they would against some other teams, but like for the most part, I don't think SSG are playing this game like disrespectfully. Like I don't think they're playing a worse version of their game other than like maybe they're spawn peeking more than they otherwise would on defense. But like for Team Cruelty, it's like round 6.
This is what I just sent an email to the one you leaked on YouTube concerning your video on cheaters you made recently. I know one of them, very hot topic door you're streaming right now. I just want to let them get the guy banned if possible. Well, I mean, just report him. Just send in a ticket to Ubisoft
Team Cruelty
with like a clip and like a match replay ID or like a match ID. Oh no, is Benjamin Master bugged? Oh, he's not bugged. Let's fucking go.
That's kind of been a difference maker for Team Cruelty, but you know, if they
that's what King George does to get people banned. He literally sends in support tickets to Ubisoft with like a clip and then like fucking a match ID.
I mean, a lot of those were errors, very obvious errors. That if they're hoping to set a pace and set a tempo, and they want to knock SSG off their stride, or even go after SSG the way that SSG can go after them, which was something I talked about through the first half, then that's not a bad strategy. I understand the thought process behind it. SSG just needs to play their game, and in that previous round, they didn't really have much of an opportunity because Cruelty kept swinging them, but there's still plenty more rounds to go. Minimum, we will have 3 more rounds.
Cruelty looking to fight this.
But if the first half is any indication, this one could be a little bit tighter, going deep into this second
Full
half.
Pino take. Newer's on the opposite side, holding that cocktail window. Headbottoms are going to be huge here. Will Newer's be able to catch that Azami falling off? No. Fake pressure on the white stairs run out. Newer's going to get out of there, knowing he's likely going to get run out on. Still a player stuck in heaven, still a player stuck at deep freezer. There's 2 possibly free picks in SSG if they manage to drone it out. It just depends on whether they do drone it out thoroughly enough or not.
Now 1 minute. These have been very quick rounds.
Oh,
Usually
wow,
we
that
see more
timing.
action at this point.
There's still a player on white fucking stairs window. And there's still a player on heaven. Just, oh wow, they're just getting fucking farmed by it. That was actually just impressive clear by SSG. I'm not even gonna lie, that was not even a bad fight at all by Cruelty. That was just SSG being like superior on the clear.
Ash in the exit kill and SSG are.
They baited out every swing from Cruelty and they killed every single one of them.
First half, but SSG 2-0.
Who do you have winning SSG right now? This game right here.
All of what we said about this being close is still possible. But SSG, if they continue to have rounds like that previous round, it might not be much longer for us to find a conclusion.
First time this NAL season that we've actually gotten to see SSG go for a clear, because the last round didn't really require one, but it was beautiful. I mean, they get into piano. Look how close together these players are. Ash and J9O playing as a duo. The Habana opening up an angle so that Ashen can go for a swing, even though he didn't necessarily find the pick. Everybody clearing through that top floor as one unit really is what kind of did in Team Cruelty. Not able to work any of the opening picks themselves. They had an Azami playing up aggressive there, which I liked, but unfortunately it wasn't really doing enough to...
How's your cats? My cats are good, bro. My cats are good.
For themselves. And yeah, I think this SSG team have looked pretty good on this attacking side. I like them on defense too, but on attack, they feel like they can control the game a little bit more. Decide when they're...
Oh yeah, JJ Co did lose 7-2 to M80.
Map they want to engage with. Cruelty now going to their third bomb site down below inside a kitchen to try to turn around the pace.
Throw everything at the wall and see what sticks at this point. And I mean, I mean that quite
Do you like
literally.
CJX so far? I love CJX.
Every single player swapped to a different operator. So they assessed the tools that were being brought by Cruelty. They saw the lineup and they made some very obvious changes. What has become quite common on a number of maps, and particularly on some bomb sites on those maps, is to forgo a traditional hard breacher. If you don't need a thermite,
My cat's Damos and Dumpling.
Ace, just bring some can openers. Got two of them in the pocket of Grim, and there's some ops that are very, very key parts of the meta to bring those secondary hard breach gadgets. Fultz will do that, and he tends to play on a safer role. He's also got the diffuser, so assumption here is that he shouldn't be in early action. But the tools that they brought, a sledge, a buck, and a ram. Oh my goodness.
What's the more common take on this side? I will say probably the roam clear, at least in Pro League. I know in ranked the big take is like the most popular one by far. The roam clear in Pro League is the most popular because you just take above, you make the full vert, you walk out of the plant spot, you find the Mumba.
A bailiff on the Grim. And if the Grim dies, you can open up the floorboards with Flores drones from Benja. And if the Flores dies, well, I think you've got bigger problems than the floor.
Again, another round not punctuated by much action early on. We're going to see one of those destructive elements as that pipe is going to burst and out go the flames. It only lasts for a couple seconds and disappears, but a lot of
Is Smoke gonna try to slow down the push when you stop the plant? Yes.
When it's going to burst, so
Looks like Echo, Smoke, and Tuberau are all trying to like slow down the people that drop in the freezer, smoke them out, Echo pop them, have the Goyos stall them from getting to the plant spot.
Enough to maybe stop a push, but not enough to.
That's what seems like it.
Keep you at bay for a long period of time.
The double reinforced, this wall seems popular now. We were using it back in Manchester, but now it seems to be like kind of a default team they're going for.
And SSG are looking for a back take.
Yeah, this will be very standard, similar to the first time Cruelty pushed this bomb site. It's going to be a 5v5, last probably 45, 30-second execute as they drop through the
is that a toes you see?
Looks like they're in now as Ashen starting to make a move.
Is that Tuberau dead? They have VIP control. They should probably easily go for plant now.
Calm before the storm at this point. 45 seconds left. SSG now.
Are they rotating into another part of entry?
Unanswered kills.
They need to go on the vert to kill this guy. In freezer. That guy's a freebie. That guy's literally a Yeebie on vert. Oh, they dropped off vert?
Now needs to scoot out of that position inside a freezer. Kochek being cleared by J9O, who only flashes himself. No targets to be had. Pyrox was spotted earlier, finished off by Newers. And now it's Matumbo and Skimsy is the last two remaining. These are the two support players you tend to see their names.
Bumble going down.
Thrust of an execute. Only impacts in their pocket, so no worry about a nitro cell. And as Cruelty tries to get closer to the bomb site, they get punished
6-3.
by the bevy of SSG
6-3 fucking match point SSG, baby.
To his credit,
what can you do?
but he gets finished off shortly thereafter.
Trader code only lasts 14 days and does not last 14 days. What do you mean?
Second half, they are skating to a resolution.
Wait, it lasts 4. I thought you just put it in there and then everything you buy supports the creator.
On match point.
What the hell happened?
We'll see what the bans come out. Team Cruelty, I don't know if there's any specific attacker that's really been causing you problems. They've been using
Cruelty
a lot of
also banned
IQ
Ying
on
and
the side
Blitz?
of SSG.
Really?
We've seen a bit of Dokkaebi, obviously a lot of soft breach
Zombie
coming
ban.
out. They'll remove the Grim. That was
That's
one
what
of
it
the
told
last
me.
two,
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
as well
The fuck?
by Faults and Newers. So I think a fair op to remove from the board. SSG will take out a zombie who it's honestly kind of shocking a zombie lasted this long in a cafe ban phase. But with Clash as strong as she is, and with Mira also probably being the second best operator on defense on this map, I think it does make sense. That last round again, I mean, I feel like it just came down to how quickly they had the VIP control. They worked down the vert. SSG looking really comfortable. You see it every time they win a round. They're laughing, they're joking, they're having a good time. You were a little bit worried after it went 3-3. Do they let that get to them? You know, you just dropped 3-3.
Why is he always trying to do some shit? What do you mean, do some what?
Team that everybody's supposed
It's
to
alright, bro. It's alright. It's a good game. I like it.
Narrative, but didn't seem to rock SSG. Their experience is starting to show now, and just one round will separate them from their first win in the NAL.
Yeah, it is. I like it. I played. It's alright.
Cruelty plays in match number 2 tomorrow against OXG. Both of those teams.
I just want SSG to win this. I'm so fucking tired, chat. I'm an L streamer, but I'm so fucking tired, bro.
Book on this particular match, but with the way that the last 3 rounds have gone,
I just need SSG to win this shit now, bro.
Conclusion is trending in a certain
I
direction.
mean, let's get fucking real, chat.
Cruelty will play OXG, and both of these teams having disappointing first matches. So.
Oh, the code thing. Oh, I have no fucking idea. I have no fucking idea.
Of the day, but
I've never heard of that code thing.
easy road
What do you think about elo trapping? I don't know what elo trapping is.
It's not really an easy road at any point when you get to this level, right?
I don't exist in this plane of existence. W streamer, L streamer. I'm an L streamer for real.
Match should be a cakewalk. Hear from SSG in their exit interview, should they win, as to what they thought about this particular match and how they approached it and prepared for it. Not get ahead of ourselves, though, as there's still just a little over 2 minutes left, and it's absolutely possible that SSG can bottle this.
Yeah, they haven't lost yet, Parker. Team Cruelty still in this game, although it's not been trending their way. Not a lot of map control to start.
Triple
SSG
double
first.
streamer.
They
Oh,
got
word.
Bolton on red, never
Why is he
got
breaking the
Bolton
glass on the sky so that the drones can go through it easier?
Untypical.
That when he's fighting people on it and the drones can get on it easier.
This pulse kind of interesting. Can
Don't
feed
break the
information
bed.
on how many players have dropped into red, approximately where they're at. Benja took 99 damage.
Only watch 3 streams, you bolo Uzi. Dude, let's fucking go, dude. Love that.
Taken down by
Appreciate your
Fett.
support, brother.
So Benja was the first death.
3v3.
SSG does trail here, suffering both Benja and J9.
Good job, guys. You're eating your correct food. I'm proud of you
Round
guys.
is expired. They'll find Ivan, who's been dropped, but is he just baiting them in? No, he was trying to crawl for
3v2.
Down goes Skimsy
That's
as
Skull
well.
Soldier drop. Oh my god, it works. 1v1 though. Newers 1v1. Does he have info?
Newers in a 1v1.
Does he have info?
Newers, the newest edition. Call out said they failed.
What is that noise? It's my fucking auto feeders. I should probably take our voices off them. I'm not gonna lie, cause.
And Matumbo very close in
Huh?
kills.
Don't tell them that.
With 1 minute
Okay.
left and plenty of ammunition, Newers can continue to pick away at these soft walls. Matumbo's got the bearing 9 and the supernova.
Newers versus shotgun. Who
He's
will
gonna be
win?
hard to control secondary and a shotgun. At
Fire off
close
that side. You
range.
can fire off the close
It will
signal.
benefit him if Newers can keep him at a safe enough distance.
Matumbo
Tries to dislodge him from a position that
The
he
echo
thinks
drone
will
on him.
backfire.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Matumbo has the kit, is all I'm saying.
You think he's gonna? Who do you think wins here, Matumbo or Newers?
Newers won the last time they had a 1v1, top floor.
That's not an answer.
I think he repeats.
Well, Jesse
Oh,
says Newers
sprint.
is gonna win.
Oh! Good sprint bait on the sound.
Clearing some strips
All the
off
way
of
around.
Marco, who now knows he has to go for
Oh.
a swing. Newers is hitting all
Versus
the
a shotgun?
spots, and with 9 bullets left, it's just a game of
He's
chicken.
gonna fire him. He can fire him off if he really wanted to. Oh, he saw the barrel. He saw the barrel. He saw the barrel. He saw the barrel.
What? He saw the suppressor. He knows.
He saw the barrel. He saw the barrel. You saw the barrel. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Go. Jesse, you were right. I don't know if it was tunnel vision or what. But
Okay, that's it for me today. I'm sleepy as fuck. I'm tired as fuck. I'm gonna raid someone. Let's raid Spoy or Dream and congratulate on him on his win, I guess.
Cruelty kept off of the board as defenders. Welcome to the NAL. SSG gives them a warm welcome, and it's 3 points for the astronauts.
Not a bad play at all. Newers once again wins the 1v1.
All right, take it easy, y'all.
That will do
Love you
it for
guys.
our day today, Parker. A full 5 games from NAL.